Bonobo.
Calhoun Bonobos.
Mics are hot and we're live.
The one you're thinking about is Archduke Ferdinand.
That's who it is.
Yeah.
Archduke Ferdinand.
That's right.
I don't really remember liking that guy very much.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just
He's
a
not,
little.
He's not meant to be very well.
Just don't kill him. It'll cause problems if you do.
Nonsense. AVAST. Hey, welcome back. Finally, session 2.
Session 2.
Only took us a month and a half to get back to it, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Ready to rock and roll, buddy.
Sweet.
All the
Yeah.
electrolytes of Gatorade with zero.
All those
Woo!
electrolytes.
Yeah. Any announcements?
I don't have any red.
Oh, Quest Fest is next week. Or
Oh, yeah.
what day is it? Quest Fest is exactly a week from today. So if you like D&D and you're in Utah, check out Quest Fest. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. There's a lot of people I'm friends with that are gonna be vending there. I'll be vending there. So,
I wanted to be living there, but I didn't have time.
yeah, it came up really short notice, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be like a mini precursor to Ren Fair, which is in August, and Fanix, which is in
Nice.
September. So we're lining up for a bunch of big conventions here, so it should be fun. Oh, and HachiCon is in the beginning of August as well. So that's an anime more one, but still fun. Commissions are closed. Sorry. They'll be open here in a bit. What else do we have?
I don't think there's really any.
Yeah, I'm not up to much right now.
Fanix in September.
Yeah, Fanix, that's about it.
Sorry, what's up?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud. I just added the feet.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Extra feet.
Extra feats.
Alright. Ooh, sick. That's actually pretty good feet.
Dinghy boat, too.
Oh, that's right, the dinghy boat. Yes.
I don't know if you need those ones either.
Oh yeah. We'll need those.
Sweet.
Oh man. All right. Session 2 of AVAST. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Okay.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah. We also have 2 more of our player characters here today. Heck yeah.
We're not here for number 1, but they're here now.
About friggin' time, right?
That's right.
Yeah. These 2 were they were among the faceless crewmates that were yet to be named. That were with you guys last session. Oh yeah, I love that. All right, let's see.
So
So, to give you guys a quick recap of what happened last time. The crew of the Ark Horizon made port at Port Dorvis, a bustling crossroads of the Armorian Sea. However, they were soon arrested for piracy by the Britannian Navy, especially under Captain Alistair Watson, a questionably notorious pirate captain. Now imprisoned in a ramshackle set of cells, the remaining crew of the Ark Horizon await their turns at the gallows. They're visited by a pompous, powdered wig man in exquisite purples known as Mr. Nathaniel Billingsley. Mr. Billingsley!
I love this.
Yeah.
he was a putz.
He was a pug. The Britannian Navy officers begrudgingly yield to his authority while he offers the crew an official pardon for their crimes against the crown. For one, Captain Alistair Watson and the crew of the Ark Horizon, an official pardon of crimes against the crown, namely piracy. The officers leave the cell block and hijinks ensue. When asked how the crew will obtain a ship for the task, Mr. Billingsley laughs and says, "You're pirates, silly pussycat, you'll figure something out." Roswald impersonates a young naval cadet, steals the official pardon papers from Mr. Billingsley and replaces them with magically printed copies. And the crew began planning an escape. Let's see, Captain Alistair dashed one way for an escape thinking his crew would follow him. They didn't. Instead, the crew made their way to the docks, showing the official pardon to Captain Stevens, a human Britannian naval captain and captain of the Silent Tide, a beautifully crafted ship as fast as they come. The captain leaves the ship in search of Mr. Billingsley and his butler Bartholomew for the audacious circumstances of yielding his ship and crew in servitude of pirates. The crew still don't see Captain Alistair anywhere, but do convince a timid duo of perchance bumbling Navy officers to cooperate in this privateering operation named Atkins and Cadman. The two naval officers help load the ship while the crew rushes to get to the Silent Tide on their way. Managing to pull it off is Captain Stevens, Mr. Billingsley, Bartholomew, and a dozen soldiers pursue on the docks, sending a volley of bullets from their muskets their way. The Silent Tide escapes, but not before the crew spots their old captain, Alistair Watson, running along the docks after them yelling, "Oi!" The crew, unable to turn the ship around and risk arrest again, and forfeit their pardon deal, decide to leave their captain behind at Port Dorvis.
Sure did.
Atkins and Cadman emerge from below deck to find they are aboard the ship that has been commandeered by pirates. Rune is unanimously named Captain Rune of the Silent Tide against her wishes.
Yep. Sure did.
Let's see. The pardon deal. And when you guys like reviewed the pardon deal more in depth, you guys learned this as well. So the pardon deal was to find the Fall of James, a Britannian Navy ship gone AWOL, and bring the first mate specifically back to the Britannian Navy. If possible, tow the Fall of James, but the first mate is the priority. The first mate is a woman named Tabitha Sarvish. Let's see, a human woman who is part of the Britannian Navy. She's accused of being a spy and trading Britannian naval intelligence to other foreign powers. Let's see, as part of the pardon deal, the crew is to procure Tabitha Sarvish and return her and the Fall of James, if possible, to the Isle of Effingham, where a liaison of the Britannian Navy awaits. The crew set sail to the town of Tortor, aka Tortuga, to gather intel about the Fall of James. They get some intel and a direction to sail. The crew learn that Doc, an Aarakocra plague doctor-esque individual, part of the crew, has a quote-unquote very close friend called the Butcher, a macabre masked man who is rumored to be a serial killer. The two exchange medical notes and enjoy each other's company. The crew then set sail southeast and eventually come across a dangerous region of shallow waters, numerous sandbars and shipwrecks that adorn coral reefs. They also learned that the Ark Horizon was last seen sailing northwest. The Silent Tide spots the remains of the Fall of James, moored and almost split in twain. There are dozens of bodies in the water. Actually, hold on, let me adjust this. Get the music to
A little more gooder.
Let's see. Okay. The Silent Tide spots the remains of the Fall of James, moored and almost split in twain. Before we continue with that, let's go ahead and go through quick character introductions and descriptions real fast. Let's see, we'll start with Mr. Roswald.
Roswald. As noted in the first episode, Roswald is a turtle bard, bedecked in all sorts of trinkets, flowers, bones, you name it, all over him. He has a hat that he also wears that's very audacious, very flamboyant. This big hat, and there's one massive feather that sticks out of the back of this thing that's about 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Bright red leather. Wow, feather. That word. He is also only about 4'8", 4'9". He's a little, but he can stretch that neck out to where he can really get to about 6 feet. He's just a little guy. Yeah, goes by the name Roswald the Tide Singer, and thinks very, very highly of himself as far as what he thinks he knows and how far he's traveled. And yep. And when you mentioned the pardons that I pilfered off of the old guy, I'm the only one that knows we have those. I have not shared that with the crew yet, that I have those. I didn't show that to the guy.
Yeah.
We forged a letter that, hey, the guy told us that we could take your ship.
That's right.
That's what we forged.
That's right.
So none of you guys know that I actually have our pardons on me.
What pardons?
What pardons? So yeah, that's who he is. The total bard.
Excellent. I'll see. We'll get to your two characters here in a sec.
We have Percy. He is a 6'6" tabaxi.
Nice.
And a armorer artificer. So wearing some really heavy armor.
What's his name again?
Percy.
How do you spell it?
Purrcy.
There it is.
Yeah.
Percy. Yeah. Okay, sorry, keep going.
It's better.
Yeah, it does. It's so much better.
When he's not in his armor, you'll see that all of his fur like sticks up on end. There's like a lot of static electricity in it that makes it all stand up.
Yeah.
First
nice.
time chat.
Yeah.
Called me 2 days ago, bro, when you sent her.
Hi, Whimsy.
Hi,
Good to see you.
Whimsy.
And yeah, that's Percy.
You gotta say it.
I like it.
You didn't introduce him to your mecha form.
Oh, yeah.
You need to,
We haven't seen that.
You need to introduce people to the mecha
I thought we
form.
had it. No, we didn't say that yet, did we?
We haven't seen that, have we?
Yeah, I've been wearing it the whole time ever since we broke up.
when we got out of
Yeah.
the jail, he went and got his
Yeah.
mech armor.
You just need to know
Yeah.
the name of it. That's
Yes.
the all the forms.
Oh, this is awesome. I
So
can't wait.
if you've played Halo Infinite, they came out with cat ears for their yeah. So it's like Spartan armor from Halo, but with the cat ears on it.
Nice.
And when he
That's
steps
awesome.
into it, his ears go like right into the ears on the
Perfect cutouts for his ears to slide into.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah. What did Percy name the set of armor again?
Did I name it?
I named it Nyiron Man.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
I like it.
Iron meow.
I love that your ears just like fit perfectly
Yeah.
in.
They like suction a couple of it, so he walks out and boing.
The iron meow.
Right. And Ruby.
Rune.
Oh crap! I was put goldfish in my mouth. Sorry. I was too excited about Percy. I forgot I actually play a character too.
Yes.
I play Rune. She is 5'6", with a nice purple leather jacket that goes down to the inside of her knees. She wears a beat-up white shirt and well-made canvas pants, tall leather boots, with various straps and holsters covering her. She's a modge podge of both high-quality and shitty equipment. Everything looking worn. Her skin is lighter color than it should be, given the time in the sun. But other than that, she looks like a normal Britannian. She has stark white hair that sometimes you could swear glows. It's just really bright white. A sorry attempt at a bun is pinned up with a carved wooden stick. She has her eyes are green-gray, and she has a long scar on the side of her head that she keeps covered with her hair. The most notable thing about her, however, is her 3 guns. She has oh my gosh. She's got a bigger rifle on her back, a basically sawed-off shotgun on her hip, and then a pepper box on her leg.
Nice.
And she wonders why she's now the captain.
Oh, now I have a hat too. I stole
Yes.
a hat, so I have a
Is it
character
a,
hat.
is it a
now.
Jack
Oh, yeah.
Sparrow hat?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like a tricorn.
Yeah,
Like
it's a tricorn.
I haven't designed it yet, but he probably put a feather in it. At this point.
Let's see. And then, yeah, the lot of you guys have all been part of the Ark Horizon underneath Captain Alistair Watson for minimum of 1 year. Roswald and Captain Alistair, they've been sailing together for like 5 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Several.
So, and then the rest of you, at least 1 year minimum, more if you want. Totally up to you. And then as far as any sort of backstory things of hey, remember this thing that happened when we were sailing X number of years or months ago? Make it up. Feel free. Go ahead. Just go nuts. Improv as much as you like. This is a very loose, fun time campaign. Actually, yeah, let's take a minute to go over your two characters. So, let's see, Joel, Abby, go first.
Oh, I wasn't ready to go first. All right, so what you would see when you see Ketro is a 6'9". I think I said this is how tall I was. Yeah, 6'9" lizard folk, kind of a crocodilian or I don't know, alligator. Long snout. Lots of teeth sticking out the side of it. What you do see him wearing is he just wears kind of like somewhat leathery, almost like bovine leather, kind of clothes, kind of cut off at his knee, short sleeves. You'll see a dagger sitting on his left hip, and then he's got a rapier that's just holstered on his back. Yeah, that's what you'll see when you see Ketro.
Nice.
That is a big lizard.
Yeah.
That is a large.
Crocodiles get big. They get long.
You're the crocodile Captain Hook is afraid of.
Yes.
Point.
It's got a
I bit the hand.
got an alarm.
Sorry, I missed it. What's your outfit look like?
Kind of like bovine leather, really dark brown, almost black.
Yeah.
Kind of cuts off at his knees, higher up on his arms.
Yeah. Rad. Also, yeah, firearms are kosher. It's black powder, muskets, flintlock pistols, cannons on ships. So if you guys want to have firearms, go ahead. Please feel free. It's a pirate campaign. You should have some.
I'll look into that.
Yeah. There are, however, it's everyone can have proficiency with firearms if you want them. Feel free. Go ahead. Totally fine. There are arcane firearms as well. They're powered by magic. They're incredibly rare, and they're extremely difficult to use. It's basically you have to be specialized in learning how to use them. So you guys might have encountered occasionally a naval officer that has
I just saw that.
arcane pistols. Typically they'll be some sort of spellcaster.
Correction, knew about.
They'll typically be some kind of spellcaster, and they can channel their cantrip spell slots through the gun to fire it off. Most often, arcane guns and arcane cannons on ships are powered by a massive arcane battery for the cannons, or a smaller battery for the firearms. So that's how those work. The only one among you that's proficient with arcane weaponry is Rune.
Yeah. Do we have to plug the batteries in at night to charge like a Tesla?
It's me.
Do
I'm
we
the
have a
battery.
do we have a arcane charging station?
That, yes.
It's a crank charger.
The
on
names,
side.
the names will be on there. We just are
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get everybody here, and yeah, so names will be on there.
Hi, Luna. Or Galaxy.
It'll be there.
Hi, Galaxy.
Good to see you all. Thanks for jumping in.
Yep. Thank you for jumping in. This should be a fun one.
Can we redecide who's the captain?
I
yeah,
can
really.
No.
I can make this guy the captain.
Oh.
my little friend.
We should hang that on the front of the ship.
Let's see. And then real
Maybe.
quick, Brand, your character.
Cast light on it.
Alrighty.
And just
My character
Just let
is Mata. He is a Leonin, about 6'2".
Am I the only human here?
Yes, you are.
Yep. It's
Nice.
short
Some of the
for
creepy
Mata'afi, which is
Nice.
Sorry, say again?
It's short for Mata'afi, which
Sorry, what was your name?
Mata.
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 Got it. Matafi.
short for, or it means cat.
Nice.
It means
So great.
It's perfect.
What's the mother?
what's the matter with you? See, there it is. That, yeah, buddy.
Oh.
He's about 6'2". He's got like that surfer build, like body, just really thin, fit.
Long.
His mane,
Long,
he's got
luscious.
like cornrows about
Yeah.
quarter way back of his head, and then the rest is dreads. He gets his dreads on.
Nice.
See, it works. Little mini head.
He's got, when he's out, like when we are on land, he wears just like a regular coat, like a cloak, just a dark tan cloak.
Don't you worry.
Just one piece, like a poncho almost. When we're on the ship, he just wears like a loincloth. Just rolls around. And
Oh, not
it
again.
just- it's not a kilt, but
It's not a battle kill.
it's just like fabric, like a,
Just a
Yeah.
loincloth.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like he ties around. It's knee length.
It's even more revealing.
It's thinner material, but he's got. Other than that, he wears like just like bone necklaces and shark teeth and just different
Nice.
things
Yes.
that
Throw it in there, Pat.
that he's acquired while being out on the water. Lots of scarring from shark bites and different mishaps with knives and everything that comes
Yeah.
with being on the water a majority of your life. So
Awesome.
Yeah. The dreaded lion.
How do I spell that?
The
K-E-T-R-O.
dreadlocked lion.
that's right.
You know, I can call you.
How do you spell it?
Um,
K-E-T-R-O?
Oh, I
Yeah.
also
What?
have a-
Ketro.
K-E-T.
K-E-T-R-O.
Okay. So I gotta get everybody's name
you. I
panels.
can't
I gotta
read
figure out
this.
where everybody's gonna sit when we have everybody here.
Yeah.
Have to
Also
switch.
So I have Jason, you, Zach. Yeah,
We can probably
we
make
can squeeze everybody in.
switch.
We can squeeze everybody in, but
Also gets with ninjas.
yeah, we'll be all cozy over here.
We'll probably just have to share dice is all.
I'll take this one unless you want.
Well, that's what I tried to make as big as I could, so I could get 3 on each side if we had to. So I could get at least 9 around the table.
Sick. That's a big party though.
That's a
huge.
big party.
Does that mean we have an empty seat?
Well, technically, don't we have what, 2 empty seats
Jason
right now?
and Jason and Zach.
So we're missing Jason and Zach.
That's
So
it
that
right
would
now.
be-
So,
If the one I was talking to you about
Oh,
got
that's
from
right.
work,
Yeah.
so he may want to jump in
means
at
we
some
have
point. So
one empty seat. And that means we're
He's
dragging
awesome.
Cleara here.
Yes.
Gotta fill up the table.
Let's see. Okay. So, jumping back in.
yes, Pat. Yes, I do.
Unless if
Don't you
anyone has
judge
any
me.
questions right now before we continue.
My friend.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, Ketro and Mata, you two are still aboard this ship.
Oh.
The Ark. Oh, sorry.
No, I forgot to tell what I have.
Oh, yeah, please do.
So I have an obsidian dagger
Yeah.
that has some special abilities that go along with it.
It's my it's my favorite artifact. Out of all of yours, it's my favorite.
It's
Pat, you did it.
the more time goes on, you'll understand what it's able to do. But I also have a spear that is also used as an oar. So it's sheathed as an oar, and when we fight, I can unsheath it and use it as a spear. And then I also have a ukulele that I play when we're just hanging out.
Nice.
Speaking of, if everybody could let me know if you use spell slots, and what level your spell slots are, I would greatly appreciate it because I will need it for combat.
Like what
As
spell
we-
slots we
as we
have
use
or as
them
we
or
use
what?
them?
You don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell me how many you have every given time. Just let me know what spell slots that you have for your characters. Like if you're like, oh, I have 3 spell slots now, so then I can remember. And then if you use one, I'll try to keep track of it in game.
Man, he just drew this? Holy cow. Sorry. I don't have spell slots.
You don't.
No.
I don't know. I can charge yours up. I don't know what it's called when I do that.
So I have first and second. Right
First
now.
and second. Let me.
I have first, second, and third levels.
No spells
And then Mata has.
as of right
As
now.
one. Yeah.
Possibly later, but we'll see.
Okay.
Does
I
the
have first,
doctor
second,
have
third.
any?
Thought he did.
Yes.
I'll have to get his stats here.
As a paladin, he probably has first and second.
That's impressive.
First and second.
That's swashbuckling.
He's a paladin.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're all surprised.
I did not know he was a paladin.
Who's
I
a
would have gone
paladin?
for necromancer or something.
Zach's character.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
He's an Aarakocra that basically looks like a plague doctor.
He's awesome.
He's a spooky
Nice.
ass bird.
He's cool.
Nice.
Do
Yeah.
not go in for a physical. I can tell you that much for free.
For anyone who's new, all of these characters are pirates. They've all been part of the same crew for at least a year or longer, and they
thought we
each
were
have
respectable.
distinct roles aboard the ship. Each role that they have is also accompanied by a custom homebrew feat, and you guys can swap roles on the ship. Essentially, swap those feats as well. And then those will also come into play when we get into ship combat, navigation, things like that. Let's see. So Ketra and Mata, you two are still aboard the Silent Tide, the Britannian naval ship that was basically stolen from Port Dorcas, but
Not this ship.
this ship. Yes.
Oh, this ship.
This one
Yeah,
we just,
this ship
we
is the
just-
Silent Tide.
We just stole that bad boy.
So we just happened to make it onto the right ship.
That's right.
You guys sailed into Port Dorvis on the Ark Horizon, the ship that you guys have been with for a very long time. You were arrested, and then you were put in the prison, and then you don't know what happened to the ship after.
We lost our ship.
Yeah. You guys did hear and learn at Tortor that the Ark Horizon was last seen sailing northwest.
And we went the opposite direction.
Correct. Yeah.
Southeast.
So, but now you have the Silent Tide, an incredibly fast Britannian naval ship.
Yep.
So let's see.
Just need to get it painted now.
We just rebrand.
Uh-huh. Retort and paint.
Well, did we decide we're running both the Britannian flag and the?
Don't we have to if we're on commission? Or do we just have to run their colors?
Well, who's gonna know?
Well, I
Brings
mean,
up a good point.
that's true. Except if we run into any Britannian ships that are going to attack us.
Then we hurry and throw the Britannian flags up.
Yeah. Like, well,
Before you hit by cannon?
did we decide we were running both that and the skull and crossbones?
You tell me, Cap.
I think it's a buccaneer flag, isn't it? Because if you're commissioned, you're buccaneering, you're not pirating.
Oh, that's
I believe the term is. I forgot the term. Privateering.
Thanks,
There we go.
man. Thanks, first mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
privateering.
not the
That's
captain
what
here.
it is.
I would never want to be the captain.
You know what? Let's just not run any flag, and then we'll see what flag other ships are flying, and we'll go from there.
Or maybe we just play it safe for now and just fly the Britannian. Right? That's what it's called?
I mean, at this point, I don't think any flag is safe, because if that ghost ship catches us, I
You
think
know-
they're just going to kill us regardless.
Maybe we just burn the flag.
I'll see. And then
That's a terrible idea. We're on a wooden ship.
We don't know what flag you like, so we're just going to burn all of them.
But there's plenty of water. It'll be fine.
We're surrounded by water.
It would be great.
I'm sure some of us would be able to swim away quickly.
Some of them.
Not me.
I'll see. Oh, also, if you guys go into the Dingbat Dungeon Run Discord, in the general channel, there is a map that I posted there for you guys of the Armory at Sea. It's not finished yet, but it's in progress.
So we're currently where-ish?
Southeast-ish. Port Dorvis is kind of the center.
Oh, that's where we were?
Yeah, and we went southeast from there.
Now I just gotta find it.
So
Right.
let's see.
So we're on one of those little islands. Or
Yeah.
just
So
outside
to
of...
to the east is Tortor, and then if you go just a little bit south, so like midway between Tortor and Barboso, that's where you guys are at. About
Nova
the
Roma? Or just like
Uh,
in that ocean, or that part of the ocean?
Oh, so if you keep going east to Tortor,
Uh-huh.
and then south to Barboso,
Okay.
you guys are about midway between both of those.
Got it.
So this isn't an island. This is just part of the open sea that has some pretty intense shallows.
We just want to make sure we don't run around them.
So, but in addition, you guys will see on the map that there are several nations that are present. There's the Britannian Kingdom, the Kingdom of Eprax, the nation of Kimru, as well as the Empire of Aztinkaya. Of the islands that are inhabited with other humanoids in the Armorian Sea, perhaps 65-ish% of these islands are colonies to foreign crowns. Those foreign crowns include, from most prevalent to least prevalent, the Britannian Kingdom, La Repubblica da Firenze, the Kingdom of Eprax, the Tyrannic Covenant, the Kingdom of Requiem, the Kingdom of Virve, Nation of Kimru, and the Endless Horizons of Masyaf. So, vast majority of ships that you'll see out here are either Britannian, Firenzen, or Epraxian. Or pirates. Or, in this case,
Privateer.
privateers.
Did you just
Or
really call me
especially-
Dave?
Or especially in this
Lord.
case, the Dread Skull and Athen. Let's see.
The Trent Pirate
So, Ketro, Ketro and Mata, you two are still on the Silent Tide. You have these two very nervous human Britannian naval soldiers that have, instead of red coats, they're like blue coats. They're very loyal to the crown and a little excited to be part of this adventure, but they're not quite sure how they feel about being pirates. But they're like, oh, we're privateers working for the crown. It's great. You guys have the doctor with you. He's the surgeon aboard the ship. He's the Aarakocra. And then Jason's character, who is still just a shadowy figure, is there on the ship with you as well. It's about early evening. The two suns in the sky have started to crest their way over towards the horizon. And we have Captain Rune, Percy, and Roswald, who have taken a longbow. The Silent Tide spots the remains of the fall of James, moored and almost split in twain. There are dozens of bodies in the water. Fog lingers in the area as Percy, Roswald, and Captain Rune take a longboat to row to the shipwreck. They pull a deceased dwarven man from the water. And Roswald uses his artifact to cast Speak with Dead.
Yep.
The dwarven man reveals their ship was merely cargo and goods and had no particularly valuable items according to his knowledge. He also reveals their ship was attacked by the Dreadskull anathema that appeared out of the fog in an ambush. It's that same fog that's choking this area right now. The trio dump the body back into the water, and Percy rows back to the Silent Tide as quickly as he can. The fog thickens, and Roswald can see the fall of James didn't just collide with a reef. There is a massive tear in the hull of the ship, running along where the waterline would normally be, almost like a massive sword or a sharp rock face had carved out that portion of the ship.
That's crazy.
Greens and purples occupy the same gray fog, these macabre mists and colors that appear and fade and undulate. Roswald uses his spyglass. He sees the Dreadskull anathema in the fog, sailing in their direction. A massive, dark, black hull of a ship with dark sails. And when you look at it straight on, it's almost like you're looking at an elongated skull. That is where we start. As the purples and the greens occupy the fog.
So it's dusk.
Yep, dusk.
I know. I remember you saying that. I just forgot.
Ketra and Mata, you guys are still on the Silent Tide. The fog has rolled in. You have lost sight of the sight of James, or the fall of James, and you have lost sight of your three crewmates that have taken the longboat. Anchor has been dropped. You're not drifting anywhere, but it's just this thick fog that's starting to roll up against the Silent Tide as well. Jumping to those in the longboat. You're small. You're in a longboat. There's a lot of fog around you. You're near the wreckage of the fall of James when Percy started rowing. You don't know if the Dreadskull anathema spotted you. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. And you swear you can almost hear faint whispering and mumbling coming from the shrunken head tied to Roswald's waist.
It's normal. Just row.
Roll with
Just
it.
row.
I am rolling.
Row,
Okay.
buddy, row.
Percy,
I'll give you
you're
guidance.
a great navigator.
Guidance. Go, buddy, go.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Come on, baby.
Good.
Do we run another mutiny and just take the ship? Just
You said athletics?
Athletics.
27.
27. Excellent. And I would like the three of you to make a stealth check for me.
Oh boy.
So you said that we're just outside the fog and we can't see the other ship, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. The fog is now rolling up along the surface of the water and starting to come up along.
You don't seem to stealth
Which
type
seems
along.
fairly normal
Not
for
bad.
out in the open ocean.
Yeah. But this dense fog with greens and purples in it,
So it's definitely not normal.
it's very supernatural. Absolutely.
Got it.
At first, it was just oddly thick fog, but now it's supernatural.
Okay. Something's definitely going
So,
10.
10.
Natural one.
Lovely!
14.
on. Hey, does my... They have to be near me. Never mind.
Sorry, yeah, they have to be within sight. But that was a great catch. So,
Dang it!
you guys continue to row as quickly and quietly as possible as the fog thickens and almost consumes your longboat to the point where all you hear is each other's breathing, the bucket and maybe like a spare oar and like some netting and various little bobs that the Mata has left in the rowboat, just kind of like swinging around, like rolling along the planks. You hear the oars from Percy slapping the water, trying to push you guys, propel you through the water. You hear the water around you.
How loud is this? Can we hear
Actually, yeah, Mata and Ketcha, go ahead and make a perception check. The DC is high.
that? Yeah, okay.
Just because you're on the
Perception?
ship and it's a loud ship.
I got a 21.
Oh.
Ooh, a natural one.
Oh,
Hey,
Nice.
you can re-roll that.
Can I? Well, then I'll use a different dice.
Come on, listen a little harder.
it's a 2.
That is
Wow.
not that great.
I think I hear something.
That is 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, the two of you are keeping an eye out for your crewmates. Nothing. But you're all experienced sailors. You're all experienced pirates. So, not the time to panic yet. But this fog that's rolling in, Mata. You've seen this fog before. This roiling sea that almost mirrors the sea that you sail. This thick fog of macabre purple and sickly green. You were a kid when you saw this. You recognize it. You don't remember much from that day, but this you do remember. You couldn't forget this. The three of you.
Can I, as he's rowing away, can I lean down and or lift up, try and hear what my friend is saying? See if there's like pick up anything.
Yeah, go and make a.
It's normal, but if he's chattering excitedly, I want to be able to hear what he's telling me.
Religion.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. Why not go make a charisma check?
Charisma, just a check.
Yeah,
Damn, 24.
24. Now, Roswald, I'm going to give you a choice.
Okay, bring it.
You start to hear the words. You start to understand the words, mumbling through these stitched mouths that are usually very tight. But you're starting to pick out words. With the magics of those on the other side, if you choose to understand the words, there will be consequences. You know that this is how this kind of magic works.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you something and it takes something.
So, him seeing this ship that is like the stuff of his worst nightmare that he relives over and over in his mind for the last however many years. Seeing it closing down on him, hearing this stuff, he's going to lean into it and go for it.
Ooh, all right. Let's see. Yeah.
I need help.
Okay. While you're doing that, Percy and Rune, what do you need to do?
I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Telling Percy to row faster, and then looking over at the turtle, starting to listen to his head, and I'm like, is now the time?
Should we light some lamps or
No.
No.
Until you know.
no? Just saying the fog. you
We
know,
should
you
put
want-
out whatever lamps we have on deck right now.
I think we should probably go and do that then.
I'd probably take a brief moment to like make sure I'm still rowing in the right direction.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yes.
And Mata and I are gonna go and douse all the lamps
Oh.
or the lanterns.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Kedro, you, Mata, and your other two crewmates, and the two Britannian guys, you all start going around dousing all the lights. And one by one, whatever lights were left in this fog start to go out.
I'm telling the two Britannian guys to ready the cannons.
Well, you heard it, I'd fly, ready the cannons! It's like, where do we keep the gunpowder on the ship?
Oh, we don't know. This is a new ship, isn't it?
You guys have spent a couple of days,
Okay.
so I'd say you have a good idea.
Okay.
It's down
Well,
in the.
In the absence of the captain, I would be fortifying that, just saying, like, hey, make sure we're ready just in case anything happens.
I said, for the crown! For the crown! And one of them starts to run down below deck and is like trying to grab a gunpowder barrel, and the other one is like looking at the cannon like,
You know how to handle a cannon, do you not?
"Sir, I've never been more ready to learn my entire life."
Let's see how much I know about a cannon.
Yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence check. Monte, you too.
Straight intelligence?
Yeah.
10.
You have a decent idea.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, I know the boomy powder goes inside.
It's like, okay, yeah. I was like, oh, I found this cannonball that has a chain on it. And another ball. Another ball.
2 balls on one.
2 balls on
That is 9.
9. Yeah, between the two of you, you're like, oh, that's right. Because Rune has been the gunner, right? She's been the expert for, preparing the cannons. And you guys had a large crew before, but they've all been hanged at the gallows by the hand of the Britannians.
No comment.
One of Atkins, who's helping you guys, is like, do we need a second cannon to put the other ball in because they're attached to a chain?
I'm just gonna look at him like with a confused look. How would that work? Look how far apart these cannons are.
I'm going to say that is not.
Maybe we need a longer chain.
I'm just gonna shove it into the one cannon.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I got my musket and bayonet ready.
Good on you, man.
Cadman comes up from the deck. He's like, I found this. I believe this is the gunpowder, sir. And he sets it. You can already smell it. It is gunpowder.
Okay.
So the two of you start preparing whatever
Shoot,
cannons.
did I
you
throw the
can.
powder in before? Did I? I thought I did put powder in.
Guess we'll find out.
No, we didn't.
Oh.
When it goes boom and half the side of the ship blows up.
I'll grab the chain, reaching inside the barrel. And
How thin is your arm?
I'm pretty thin. Like,
Okay.
I'm a thin guy, but the barrel's also pretty big too.
Okay, fair enough.
So
I'm in there.
Climb in. Shoot me across.
but if anything, I can use
100%.
like a tool to
Straight up
kind
guns.
of pull, like reach in and
Oh, sure, yeah.
like a hook and
That's
grab
fair.
it. So I pull it out and then we'll load it properly.
Yeah. Should we prep all of the cannons or just
As many as we can.
got it?
This fog is no joke.
Okay. So I'll take one half, you take the other.
Yeah. And
Cool.
we'll have the other two watch so that they have an idea of how to load it.
Watch what we do. We don't know what we're doing. That's right.
I just know he says this is bad juju, so it's bad juju.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Roswell, you listen into the shrine again as the whispers start to become words. And almost like multiple voices are speaking almost at the same time. The words finally come to you. The dread skull. Abandon hope and flay your flesh, for the captain will have his fill. Spill your blood and gouge your eyes, feed the fish below. Drown yourself, lest you board the dread skull anathema. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 24.
24. Yeah, you are able to steel your resolve against whatever effect this is, but you do take 1 point of psychic damage.
Okay. Headache. I turn you and be like, row faster.
Clearly, I am.
Yeah, Ketro and Mata, you guys are preparing the cannons, and then you start to hear a rowboat, a longbow.
Do they sound frantic?
It sounds frantic, yeah.
Alright. How close are we with all the cannons?
I'd say at this point you guys are ready to fire 2 cannons.
Oh, fetch.
While you're doing this, you realize, oh damn, this was a lot easier when you had like 20 plus crewmates to order around.
getting tired.
Cannonballs are heavy.
We should have them hold the cannonballs while we prep it.
Good idea.
So it's
Let's see. Percy and Rune, I need the two of you to make a perception check with disadvantage.
Alright.
14.
Hold on, where's my perception? Oh my, okay. 20. I rolled the same number both times.
Wow, nice. Okay. Percy, you're so focused. Rune, you're the one to catch. That by the time the silent tide comes into view, it's only like 5 feet away from you guys, and you guys are rolling fast.
Uh-oh. I'll be like, stop!
Percy, you can't stop the rowboat in time, or the longboat. It slams into the silent tide. Yeah, it just throws you guys all like forward into the longboat. But you're here, and Ketro and Mata, you guys are now aware that your crewmates are here as well.
We're,
I run
and
over
we're not
and-
on the deck, are we?
Yeah, you guys are on the deck. Yeah, sorry, there are cannons on the top.
Oh,
deck as
okay,
well.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, seeing them thud into the side of the ship, I'm going to toss down, or I'm assuming there's a ladder built into the side.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to toss down anything. But I'm going to continue to prep the guns.
Are they next to the ladder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll throw a rope down and drag them over, but if needs be.
Yeah. Actually, that's better. We'll do that instead.
Okay.
Drop down a rope.
We'll
Yeah.
probably have to they have to drop down a rope, and then we put it around something on the boat and throw it back up, and they hoist it up, right?
I was just
we
gonna-
need the boat.
Well, yeah, but I was gonna pull you guys over to the ladder so that way you guys can climb up onto the.
Okay.
And then.
Well, I'm
So
going
we
to
get
toss
to the
down the
ladder.
other rope to get the longboat
How
tied
do
up
we
here.
how do we secure the small boat to the big boat?
I'm gonna have you guys roll a oh gosh, what's it called? A water vehicles check. So it's just gonna be a D20 plus your proficiency bonus. Mata, you have expertise, so your proficiency will be doubled.
Efficiency bonus
24.
is-
Nice.
Oh, I'm proficient too.
Is this everybody?
Sure, yeah. Everyone who wants to
Natural one.
attempt.
No. I only got a 3, but...
How am I adding to
But
this?
I double my proficiency?
6.
Just your proficiency bonus.
Oh.
Mata has expertise
Oh,
with water.
got it.
th-
So I got
water
a total of 6.
Sure. Yep.
7.
7,
13.
13,
20.
20. Nice. Between Rune and Mata, you two are like doing all the heavy lifting.
I'm a little scared.
The other 3 of you are you're doing your best. It's dark. It's or not it's dark. It's dusk.
And it's
The fog is so thick. It's like you throw down the rope, you don't know where it went,
Oh,
and you just trust like I'm sure the longboat's still there. But Mata and Rune, you two are able to. You're so familiar with this, you managed to string it up in no time. It'll take a few minutes.
Just let us know when we're ready to heave.
So
Do you want to keep loading the cannons?
Yep, I'm on it.
yeah, Atkins and Captain are like, we're quick learners. Come on, Captain, put your back into
I
it.
really should make sure they're doing this right. And I'm going to try and split my time between the two to make sure they're actually doing it right.
Okay.
Wait, y'all are loading the cannons?
Yes.
That's fine. Just make sure
That's
they don't
right, Captain. We're getting ready for a fight.
do not misfire one of those. I'll throw you overboard, I swear.
We haven't lit the fuse yet.
Don't until absolutely necessary, because
See how far away the ship is.
if we start shooting and they don't see us, we're
I'd like everyone to make a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, shoot. Perception?
Yeah. And because of the environment effect of the fog, the DC is going to be startlingly high.
Yeah, I got 9.
12.
14.
I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Even more rip. Rip.
You're not within 30 feet of me, are you?
15.
No, I'm splitting my time between these two yahoos.
That's very fair.
Plus 6 is what saved me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys, you can't see the Dread Skull Anathema anywhere. It's just the fog.
As we climb up on deck, how's my little head doing? Is he still chattering away? I'm gonna move as far away from where that thing was coming on the other side of the ship, and as far away as I can get.
Sure, yeah.
I'm like, nope.
Yeah, and for anyone who's standing close to Roswald, you would see for the first time the shrunken head is actually moving, as if it's trying to speak.
Okay. Which side did they get on? This side or the other?
They're coming from the side where.
So he's currently
I'm like
here,
as far
and
away
I'm
as I can
over
get.
there running between the two docks.
So the
Correct.
front side.
Port. Sure. Which side is it, Pat? Port or?
Left is port, right is
Remember-
starboard.
Remember, port has
Oh,
4 letters.
on-screen
just like
celebration.
left.
Oh!
So
TPK.
starboard is the right side.
Ooh, that's a new one.
Oh, what is going on? Hang on. There we go.
That's new.
So, yeah, Roswald is running to the port side. You guys had last seen the Dread Skull Anathema on the starboard side.
I haven't seen it
Okay.
yet.
So, correct, yeah.
We have not, but I know what comes with that fog.
Could be
That's
coming.
right.
And
Yes.
it is not a good
You guys have heard the stories of the Dread Skull Anathema, this cursed ship that sails the Armorian Sea and even into the Tethys Ocean, where it gets violent with the weather, where the water is so deep and so dark, so cold, so black that there's nothing there except the abyss. There's nothing there except sea creatures that would capsize even the largest fleet you can imagine. The Dread Skull Anathema is a legend. It's a curse on the sea as much as the legends say that it itself is cursed.
So we can assume that they've all passed that along, that that's what they saw. Or that's what we think it is. Or has anybody said anything?
No one said anything.
No one
but
said-
when the
wouldn't
turtle's
Mata
scared,
know
I
that the
think
fog is
maybe-
from?
Mata had seen the fog before,
Oh, but he doesn't know it's the ship? Or?
but he hasn't seen the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, so we just know it's an
I just know
unnatural
it's,
fog.
I know it's.
So we're just
Yeah.
I know
preparing
bad
for the
things
worst.
follow.
Yeah.
I think the only person who knows that it's that ship is the
Where-
turtle.
Yeah, where are we at from the Tortor on this here, man?
And I don't think you've said
Okay,
anything
so
to us.
where Tortor is,
Mhm.
We're south.
halfway between Tortor and Yeah.
Port Dorvis.
Babosa.
Babosa, so we're heading south towards Babosa.
if you guys want to.
I don't know. Is that where we're heading? I don't know where we're heading.
You
I
guys,
just woke
you guys are about exactly midway between those two.
You know what? And honestly, I think the best course of action right now is just get the hell out of Dodge.
Well,
Whatever
you
direction-
guys are still gonna have to heave anchor, drop canvas. There's a lot to do.
well, where did you go?
As far away from the ship
He's on the
that's
port
coming
side.
at
I'll
us
I'll
as we can
run
get.
I'll run to try to find him because
He's like,
Do we have the boat
"No."
up now?
Well, I'm
You-
just,
Small
I'm
boat?
just
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah, yeah.
Captain Orders.
So I'm gonna start,
1 second.
weighing anchor and dropping sails.
Roswell,
and
is
prepping the
it
ship to
is
leave.
is it plausible to
Okay.
set sail with this fog? Can you get us around those rocks again, or should we stay put?
Did I get you around the rocks last time?
Oh no,
Yeah.
that was you. Sorry.
was-
Yeah,
you.
so after getting on the ship, I would have probably quickly gone to the front and started looking at like what's around, figuring
Oh,
out
sure.
a path.
Never mind.
As
I
best
find
I
him.
can.
You're on
Yeah.
your own.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know.
Let's see.
But the question is,
With-
how foggy is it?
Yeah, with
It's
how dense
very-
the fog is, it's an auto fail.
So we're gonna have to
You can
use the
attempt
crow's
your
nest.
navigator's intuition.
Do we even have a crow's nest?
We do, but
Is it just fog around
so
us,
it's- we can't
or
see
is it
out of
like
it.
surrounding all of us?
Everywhere.
So even if one of us climbed up there,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able
Like
to
you
see.
guys are talking about the crow's nest. You look up at the rigging, and the rigging just goes into the fog and disappears. That's how thick it is. You guys can see probably about 10 feet in front of you at all times.
I think our only option is to tie down anything that's making noise and try to stay as still as possible. Because if we try to move, we're gonna hit something.
So there is
So
a
it's
shipwreck,
like-
right? That we were here for.
Yeah, and I also want to go back and look at that shipwreck eventually if they pass us. So
The one that
Well,
we, the,
so
one
then-
that, the one that we blew up.
Well, in that case,
If
We need proof. I
Can
forgot.
if this is a
our
magical
masts-
fog
It's
that's
true.
theirs, they could
can we
probably
lay our
know
masks
what's in
down?
it.
Are they
Yeah.
permanently?
So the
Sorry?
question is, do we
The
continue to
masts,
prepare for battle
Are
or do we
they
not?
No.
detachable
Well-
or are they permanent?
Or do we try and run?
Only
Oh,
load the
like
cannons
the actual
on
mast itself?
the
Yeah, they can be
starboard side.
detached,
Yes.
but it's going to take a huge crew and a port to do it.
Okay, so we that's all we've loaded is the ones on the starboard side.
Yeah, so keep those ones loaded. Don't worry about the other ones.
Didn't we get on the other? We got on the other ship, didn't we? Or no? Did we go explore the other ship? before
Oh,
no,
with
we
the
didn't
gauntlet?
make it.
We got over by there and then decided to blow it up.
We
I did heat metal on one of the cannons to blow it up.
yeah, you blew it up.
Yeah.
We need to go back and grab some proof though. I forgot to, because we threw the dwarf overboard. I was gonna steal some of his, but I forgot.
So then maybe it is best if we just tie everything down that makes noise and hope for the best.
Then I guess we're just prepping more of the cannons then. At this
Yeah,
point.
just
I'd say by now we probably have just the top deck loaded.
just armor up, hold everything down, don't make a noise, and
And nobody light the fuse yet. Looking at you two.
Yeah, Cadman has the stick that has like the lighter on the end.
Give me that.
anyone who makes a noise gets
Apologies, sir.
sacrificed. Alright. Throwing him overboard.
Yeah. So, order of
Tight
authority
ships
on the
up.
Silent Tide is Captain Rune, First Mate Ketro, Quartermaster Mata, and then the rest of the crew.
The rest of you.
I'm just the chronicler.
Yeah, so we have our chronicler. Jason is technically our chef,
Yep, in the
or
dock.
our cook. Zach's character is the surgeon, and we have the quartermaster, navigator, first mate, captain, and also gunner. So I need everyone to go ahead and make another water vehicles check.
At
So yeah,
disadvantage.
D20. Actually, yeah, go ahead and do disadvantage. Yeah, good call. Good call.
My mouths. That's a comment.
For everybody.
Oh, not
yes,
too
please.
bad.
Oh, that's
Just
way
add the
off.
proficiency to it.
Yes.
18.
Yikers.
Nice.
6.
34.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Nice.
You want to see this? Right
16.
here? 17 and 18 is what I rolled.
16.
34.
16.
16. Nice.
I rolled a
Nice.
17 and 15.
4.
6.
6. And then
18.
18.
16.
16. Yeah, between Roswald and Ketro, you two are you're so familiar with these ships, these riggings. It's really you two that have been sailing the most on ships like this with Captain Alistair for several years.
See the little turtle swinging on ropes, tying stuff up.
And I'm just tying things down. In the
Uh huh.
deck.
Same.
Yeah, Ketro, you're also
trying to
able to
get this thing
give
to turn
orders
and
to
go away.
Atkins and Cadden to make them useful,
Mhm.
and that helps contribute as well.
I run over to my gunner station like, wait, no, that's not my job anymore, and run up top.
Yeah, and then Percy, you're doing your best. Like you're still looking around everywhere, just like, how the hell are you gonna navigate out of this?
Is he the helmsman right now?
Navigator and helmsman, yeah.
Okay.
And then Mata. Mata, you have spent your entire life on the Armorian Sea. Whether sailing vessels like this or wayfinder ships, your own vessels, no one has the sort of proficiency in the sea like you do. And it is completely, plainly clear in this moment right now. Of all the work that your crew does, you do twice as much. You're efficient, you're fast, you're quick, you know exactly what to do, and you're quiet. That's the most important part, you're quiet. I need everyone to make a stealth check.
Ooh.
Mata, you can roll with advantage.
Oh, nice.
That will be a 17.
That will be a 24.
Nice.
22.
22.
19.
Nice. 19.
15.
15. Excellent.
15.
15. Perfect. You guys have all of the rigging all tied up quiet. Hide. That's the whole idea. Hide. And all the while, you all feel your heart start pumping harder and harder. Not because you're moving, not because you're working. There's something else. There's something out there on the waters, sailing towards you. It just tells your bodies to run. Run, flee, hide, survive. You have to try to stifle this instinct to try to get your work done. Try to be quiet. Occasionally someone will kick a bucket or drop something accidentally, and you can hear a pin drop amidst the flapping of the canvas that has now been pulled up, the rustling of the ropes that have now been pulled taut. The only thing left is just the creaking of the wooden part of the ship itself. Your blood is pounding in your ears. Your hair stands on end. And through this thick, dark fog, some of the fog is just, some of the mist is green, some of the mist is purple, but now they're starting to glow. They're starting to glow. You hear whispers. You hear distant screams, these disembodied screams of agony, of horror, of terror that makes your blood run cold. You all hear your own breathing, your fear. And among the creaking of your own ship, the silent tide, trying to be as silent as the name implies, you hear the creaking of another ship.
We can't see it.
You can't see it. The glowing of the greens and the purples in the fog start to almost take forms of specters that wail and cry and scream. Mata, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, at disadvantage. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, a straight roll, please.
Wisdom?
Natural 20. Natural 20.
Nice.
9.
Nice.
16.
16.
18.
18. Mata and Percy. The two of you become frightened.
Does not surprise me.
You hear the creaking of another ship, the flapping of sails that almost sound leathery more than canvas. As the ship, the Silent Tide, starts to gently sway more than usual, you all know what this is. Something is next to you. Are you all hiding? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm just being like, nobody move.
Are you all on deck?
I think we are.
I am. As soon as I feel the ship rock, I'm actually going to walk as close as I can to the edge, to where I think it is. And I'm just straining, trying to listen to what is being said. It's just leaning over. Just
Roswell, go make a perception check for me.
it's 11.
11. There are screams, there are whispers, there are echoes, these crying specters, these revenants. The creaking of whatever is next to you gets louder as you start to see this massive, dark form of a ship that's perhaps, I would say, 2 spears' lengths away from you all.
Can we see it at all, or still just through the fog?
You all
Just a
can
dark
just see
mass
this,
now.
this dark
Outline of
shape,
it?
this outline.
Does it appear to
you
be coming
guys-
towards us?
It's sailing alongside you.
Well, we've dropped anchor, so.
It's sailing
Hoping we had
alongside
pulled that
you.
up.
Or did
Guess
we
not.
pull that out?
Is it stopped? Is it? We're still in the same place. We didn't pull up anchor. Is it stopped next to us, or is
Well,
it
and it
just
would have been
going
too
past?
noisy to pull up anchor.
It continues to sail past you. It's incredibly close.
Turn him a little bit. You'd see crouches down to where he can just see through some of the timbers, and I'm going to
Yeah.
pull myself into my shell. And I'm just like,
I'm watching
Yeah,
on the
And I'm
shell
just
and
going
I'm
to be
like,
watching right
cheating.
over the edge of the railing.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
I'm
all get a look. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm just laying flat where I became frightened. I just,
Yeah. Mata, you laying down on the deck of the ship, you feel the humidity of the fog around you, and these voices, these disembodied spirits, crying out in agony of horror, terror, pain, wailing. And you see it above you. You see their mast sailing past, just barely missing yours. You see these dark sails that sound more like the flapping of leather than canvas. It creaks. It's impossibly tall. A lot taller than the Silent Tide. Larger than the Ark Horizon, which was a fairly large ship already. Everyone else on deck that are looking at the Dread Skull Anathema sailing past, you don't make out much detail. But what you do make out occasionally is what looks like to be lighter material. It's a lot of dark wood, dark planks, almost black, like black at night. But then you see what looks like portions, decorations, structures on the Dread Skull Anathema that are white, pale gray. You know this color. This is the color of bone. You hear voices coming from the Dread Skull Anathema. You can't quite understand what they're saying. You pick out a couple of words here and there. Just orders commanding the ship. Various voices. Some disembodied crew that you can't see.
Are they talking in alarm, or are they just vibing?
It doesn't sound like they're alarmed.
anybody in there that's close to me probably would hear the mumbling coming from my shell. I'm kind of just recanting that shanty that I heard. The dead dread skull. I'm just kind of slowly saying it over and over and over inside this as it's going past.
I don't think I'm close enough.
I'm standing with my rifle a little ways off. I'm like, Roswell, you are not helping right now.
It's just like you inside the shell. Just
Yeah.
I'm just getting flashbacks, like bits
Yeah.
and pieces of like being lowered out of a ship, seeing the mast, like going past and seeing another.
You've seen these masts before. The sound of this leathery canvas you've heard before. I would like one of you to roll this d20. You're all a crew, so you can decide who rolls.
Captain.
No.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I saw that coming from
Cap,
a
go
mile
for it.
away.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to,
What is it for?
we don't know.
We'll find out.
All I'm going to
Death.
say is that if you roll a 5 or lower, it's going to be a very bad night.
do it. Do it.
No.
It's fine.
It's gonna be a 3.
Let's get a camera on this. No.
7.
Ketro, since you're the one who rolled the die, keeping an eye on all of this,
Oh no.
having Atkins and Cadman like waiting, ready, and they're horrified, they're terrified, like they're shaking, visibly shaking. You feel the ship start to sway towards the anchor, not away from it. And you step up to the edge, you grab the railing and look over your large crocodilian alligator-like form, looking over at the dark water below. You're an aquatic kind of creature, but this is water you don't want to get in. You look down and you see and you feel the silent tide swaying with the ocean, with the sea, towards the ship that's sailing past. And it moves past just enough, as where the silent tide would have swept in and gently collided with it. But you all have narrowly avoided it by maybe 2 arms lengths. As you all watch these faint greenish lanterns that are lit alongside the ship, and these 2 massive lanterns on the back where the captain's quarters are, these huge stained glass windows, are like the glass windows of like all the square panes built in these incredulously large, alarmingly sharp designs. These jagged, vicious designs. Everything about the Dreadskull Anathema looks and feels vicious. You guys watch as the lit cabin sails past. Those lanterns that are lit by this greenish necromantic energy sail past. You all can stay silent and stay hiding, or you can do something, up to you.
Well, it appears they're sailing past us.
Yeah, just tell everybody to stay still.
I'm still in my
Don't
shell.
move.
I'm
Quiet.
still in my shell, just humming away, trying to not be anywhere near them.
Well, keeping the fuse with me so that these 2 yahoos aren't going to use it. I'm going to make my way back up to Rune and just... We were mere meters away from hitting their ship.
Are we clear?
We're clear now. They've moved past us.
Okay, just wait until it's fog.
I'm whispering this, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm
See if
just
it's.
trying to calm down. Just trying to control my breathing.
Roswell said that the mist wasn't natural, so if we wait a bit, it'll go with them. Which is what I love.
I'll spread the word around to the crew to just remain quiet.
Thanks.
I will go do so.
You guys wait. You're quiet. You stay stealthy. Several minutes go by. The lit captain cabin of the ship that it narrowly passed by you is out of sight. And the macabre, sickly lanterns that lit its decks and rails is also gone. The fog is less thick. The greens and the purples, there were these spectral figures forming and dissipating all at once, have vanished. The fog is starting to roll away. The wind is blowing very heavily in the direction that the Dreadskull Anathema had sailed. And after probably about 45 minutes to an hour, the fog is gone. The 2 suns on the horizon have set. Night has set in. And off in the distance, you can just barely faintly see glowing greens and purples, almost like a thunderstorm, of where the fog had since drifted and gone with the ship that conjured it, or the ship that accompanied it. The thing that still lingers with you is that when you were all in this tense moment, now finally able to breathe, your body's no longer screaming to run, to hide, to survive. You feel exhausted. You feel drained. Narrowly escaping an encounter with the Dreadskull Anathema. And the thing that lingers with you still is you could have sworn to any gods that might listen, that when the ship was passing by with the creaking of its own timbers, you could have heard some sort of deep, bellowing sound. And it lingers with you. But you guys see not too far away. Luckily, it's a well moonlit night. There are plenty of stars, and you can see the streaks of whatever galaxy you're in. Whatever neighboring galaxies are up in the skies above you. You can see the outline of the Fall of James, still left where it was. The danger has passed. And luckily, the crew of the Silent Tide has survived their first encounter with the Dread Skull and Apple.
As soon as the
Or their
danger's
second,
over,
or
I'll
their third, or
go.
whatever.
I'll walk over to Roswell, knock on the shell. Like, we're good.
The humming,
gonna go get
the
these
humming
two up.
stops.
Yeah.
See it. Kind of open, the
Like,
front
hey,
panel opens.
You guys are good now.
See his little head.
Thanks.
Fog's gone, man. You're good.
I was tense.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's not do it again.
Agreed.
Yeah, so what in Baylor's name was that?
The ship.
Yeah, no shit, person.
I mean, is he wrong?
Speaking of shit, Captain, I'm gonna need to excuse myself for a moment.
Code
You're
Brown.
excused.
Yeah,
As you guys
aye,
are having
sir.
a discussion, I'm gonna walk over to where Latte is. Tell he's seen the same things I've seen before. So just give him a nod.
Oh yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now. What about you?
Of course I am. As I put my hat on and flourish. I'm good.
Well,
Well,
shit. Well, in that case.
do we need to go and get that proof that you were talking about earlier?
I'd prefer it, but I'd like to hear from these two comatose kids. What Roswell seems to know something about that ship. I don't know what happened
What was
to
it
you,
called?
but I've never seen you freeze up like that. That's for sure.
The
The
Dread
Dread Skull
Skull
and Apple.
Dredge Skull and Well, I'm sure we've all heard the stories.
Of what?
The
Dread
Dread Skull and what was it? Benathia? Anathema? I was not even close.
The Dread Skull. The Terror of the Seas.
Have I ever heard of that actually being real, or is it always been?
Of course it's real. Have you heard the songs?
Well, you've heard the stories.
Stories, superstitions, claims. I mean, granted, like, this is a D&D fantasy world, so it's not too far out of left field, but there are plenty of stories that aren't true.
But surely you've heard the stories.
Yeah. That's
Well, and I do believe that we became the closest we
Could
will
have-
probably ever do, hopefully.
Count ourselves lucky.
yeah.
Let's
that,
sail the other way.
that
quickly.
was the
Yes.
Red Skull and Athena.
Well,
Yes.
how far is this other ship to go?
It's not too far. If there's anything left of it.
About how far is it?
Yeah, in the longbow, it was only maybe like, a quarter mile.
Well, it's not very close.
Yeah,
I
you.
mean, I could swim out there.
We're on
Yeah.
a boat. We can.
If I wanted to, I could swim out there. But I'm not saying I want to.
Quarter mile, half mile, somewhere in there.
I'd rather not get the ship close to the rocks, but we can go back in a boat. We'll just see if we can grab something.
I'll go this time.
Maybe the body of the
And I can go with Mata.
first mate will be enough. We can find him.
And my trusty oar.
I think I've done enough rowing for one day.
Yeah, you can take a nap if you want. But
Well, yeah. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't say how good you were.
I was doing great, clearly.
better than the rest of us.
Yeah, the two of you that just sat there.
There's only 2 oars.
Well, in the meantime, it's best that we don't waste too many lives going down there. I'm
But-
not saying we're wasting lives.
Yeah, well, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Cadman, Atkins. Time to prove your worth.
Or
Sorry,
maybe just
sir.
one of them.
Atkins is still down below.
He can wash himself off as he goes.
It is the ocean.
It's true. It's ocean.
Hey, we gotta go.
So what is it, the 4 of us going then?
Yeah.
Yeah, Atkins and
That's a
Cadman
good
climb
point.
into the longboat with Ketro and Mata.
So, do you have short, stubby arms like a alligator?
They're more like humanoid
Like a
arms.
T-Rex.
Or
They're more
Yeah.
humanoid arms.
okay.
They're
I
longer.
just wanted to make sure. I didn't want them to be like.
There's Roswell.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can see that.
A lot of Pat.
How
Love
many
it.
people can fit on
Huge
the longboat?
plumed feather.
Oh gosh, you could probably fit
Awesome.
The whole
Yes.
crew.
like, yeah, you guys could probably fit like 8.
100%.
Everyone's here. Yeah,
Well-
I'll go. I don't want to.
Yes.
Since
You want
you're
the captain
familiar
and
with
the
the
first
ship.
mate going?
Yeah, why not?
That's fair. But we're such a small crew. Somebody
Bravo, Pat.
needs help
Bravo.
over there. It's not likely the rest of us can make it out without everybody getting
But at
back.
the same time, it was Mata, me, and then Atkins and what's his name?
Cabin.
Cadman. So
It's
there's
fine.
4 of us going. I think we'll be fine.
Alright, if you need anything, send up a flare. Or wait, one of your spellcasters, right?
No.
Oh, well.
Do you have a spare flare gun? I'm sure there's a spare flare gun.
Yep. Looking on the horizon, there are no other ships. You guys are completely alone.
Yeah, just yell. They can probably hear you. Probably.
Sure.
Okay, we'll head over.
You guys row over to at least what's left of the Fall of James.
Okay.
Oh, that was so
We just need to find something that's proof that we were there.
So you said the first mate would probably be the best?
The first mate's the one who we needed to turn in for the pardon. That's the person that we're looking for, at least. Did they say dead or alive? Or did they say alive?
Preferably alive.
Well,
Dead
that's
or alive. So
Who was the first name? Was it the dwarf?
yeah, the girl's name is no, the dwarf was just some rando. What was her name?
A human woman named Tabitha.
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 Any description of what Tabitha looks like?
Human woman?
Like brown hair, black hair?
Human looking human?
If they're
Human-looking human?
if they're Britannian, this is a Britannian Navy ship, right? Or
The Fall
They
of
look like
James.
Rune a little
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah.
and is the crew Britannian as well, or are they pirates?
Let's see. Yeah, when you guys were over there, a lot of them. You did see a couple of Britannian soldiers in the water.
So would the first mate probably have a first mate badge from the Britannian army, or are we just kind of shooting blind as to
Maybe
maybe?
shooting blind.
Well,
Guessing
we
there's
know
not very
it's a
many
woman.
females.
Yeah.
Well, we can check the captain's cabin.
So, yeah. Ketramata Atkins Cabman. When the 4 of you row over to the Fall of James, again, you can see where you see that it's more almost split in half,
Which is it, Pat?
with a massive tear in the hull of the ship running along where you would expect the water line to
Oh,
be
man.
when it's sailing at any point in the water.
You have an advantage.
Almost like a massive sword or a sharp rock
We give
had
the
carved
Yeah,
out
you
that
get the
portion
DM
of the ship.
advantage.
You have an advantage.
It's from Pat.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
F him up, Rook.
Let's
Well,
see.
knowing our luck,
Rook's out for revenge.
Times I almost killed him.
Right. Let's see. Yeah, there's still dozens of bodies in the water, and any sort of state of decomposition, perhaps. But you guys make it
Did
over
we
to
blow
the
the
Fall
ship
of
up?
James.
We blew
Yeah,
a
you guys
massive
found
hole
it
in
this
this
way.
thing.
Rune's voice echoes in the back of y'all's minds, and I forgot to say what she would have said. Take anything that's of value.
that I can do.
Oh, I
Steal
think
shit.
I think that's a given. We're pirates after all, so.
Arr.
So, the 4 of you get to the Fall of James.
Yeah.
You're able to hoist a line to the wreckage of this ship, secure the longboat, and climb aboard using, essentially having to climb in through one of the
Have a good night,
one of
Pat.
the portholes where the cannons would be. Either
geez.
climbing through theirs or just climbing up to the deck.
Does it say is
the ship.
Kent will going to be able to
What?
make it through a porthole with his 6'9"?
I'm sure I can find somewhere to get through with the ship being blown in half.
but you guys find yourselves aboard the Fall of Kings. I would like both of you to go ahead and roll an investigate, perception or investigation. Your choice.
Perception it is. Damn. 15.
15. Okay, not bad.
9.
9. Okay. Yeah, between the two of you, Atkins and Cadman are really nervous. Like they have their muskets with their bayonets loaded.
I would say before we climbed on, I would tell them to man the ship or man the boat.
They're like, "That's aye, sir. Aye, sir. Absolutely. Oh, thank God."
I would have also probably brought like a satchel of my tools. Just
Sure.
Perfect. Well, I've definitely got some thieves' tools with me.
just to maybe use to break things open or to just to use if needs be.
Perfect. Okay. You guys look around the deck. The cannons had, long since been dislodged from their places. Some are like just barely hanging on to where they were originally. And part of the ship is like, the back end where like the captain's quarters are kind of like tilted up a little bit. So when you're walking towards the captain's quarters, you're basically walking uphill. The front end is a lot more slanted. It's almost like you kind of have to hold onto a railing up top or walk on the railing below from how steep of an incline that is. You guys find bodies, crates, limbs, unidentifiable pieces of organic material. You'll see weapons that are laying about, pieces of clothing.
I'd probably collect the weapons if they're
Definitely.
Sure.
if they're still like usable.
Yeah, the vast majority are still usable, for sure. Broken crates, broken barrels, pieces of wood splintered everywhere. Some of the masts have since collapsed and fallen down. I will say that the two of you do notice here on deck, there's some sign of some sort of, like on the deck you take a look and there are some parts that look almost burned, charred. Large patches of vast size of wood that's been burned. When you get a closer look, it looks like it's been corroded. Some sort of corrosive material is eaten away at. Acid. Scorch marks.
Arcane batteries leaking.
Plenty more bodies. You guys take a look below deck. Nothing of value.
We're probably checking the bodies as we go along.
Oh,
just
sure.
To make sure we're not missing the first mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to see
As
if
best we
she
can.
would have
A
like
lot of
disguised
humans.
herself or
Yeah. A lot of humans, an occasional halfling, a few gnomes. That's it. No other races. No other species.
Gradually making our way.
any female.
Some female dwarves, but no humans.
Honestly, I think our best bet would be in the captain's quarters.
Okay, good. We'll head that direction.
Okay, you guys head towards the captain's quarters, making your way across the gap, the divide between the two halves of the ship. You guys also notice that, among all the blood and the bodies in the water, there are small sharks that are present.
Like how small?
I'd say probably about 3 to 4 feet in length.
It's a nice snack. I'm gonna pick one up, just crunch, just bite its head
Sure.
off.
Yeah, totally fine.
Just snack on it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry. It's been a long day.
So, you guys make your way back to the captain quarters. The door has long since been broken open. All the lights are doused. You guys are going in the dark. Luckily, I believe both of you have dark vision. I know Mata does. So, would you guys like to explore in the dark or light a torch?
I don't remember if I do have dark vision.
I would like to light a torch.
Sure.
Right
Okay.
there somewhere.
And then I'll
No,
probably
you
light
don't.
lanterns
I don't see it.
inside
I do
the-
not have dark
the
vision,
captain's
so
quarters.
I would be lighting up a torch.
Gotcha. Yeah, the two of you light torches, and those on the Silent Tide, you can see these two.
How far away is
Dual
the
sources of light.
ship?
I'd say about a quarter mile. Not far. Use your spyglass, and you can see your two crewmates.
So it'd be harder to see with the naked eye, obviously.
So, but the two of you go into the captain's quarters. It's been ransacked. Using the torch to light whatever candles are present, you set them up as best as you can with the incline. There are maps that have been torn to shreds. There is a very nice, lavish bed that has just been slashed into hundreds of pieces with all sort of viscera splattered everywhere.
I'd say somebody was here.
It's been trashed, thrashed. Occasionally you'll find like a copper or a silver piece. And I'll say anything of value you guys do collect. When you guys get back to the Silent Tide, I'll kind of just ring up your bill.
Is there a like a manifest in here?
Go ahead and both of you make a perception or investigation check.
Ooh, that's good.
That is not good.
That is going to be a 25.
Hey, okay.
Mine is going to be 3.
Perception.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah.
Rip.
Yeah. Yeah, Mata, you... This has
Actually,
been...
That'll be
oh,
an 8. I changed it for
I'm
Nice.
pretty
perception.
sure a manifest would be a pretty
Yeah.
good.
6.
Proof.
6 to a 1.
Yeah, Mata, you're having a hard time on this ship. Seeing all the bodies. You've seen wrecks before, right? Loss of life at sea is nothing new to you. But when it's paired with the experience you just had, and the way you remember years ago when you were so young, it's a hard experience.
Yeah,
But
just-
luckily, Ketro is here to help.
Yeah, and I'm just like leaning up against the wall, just kind of like panting, just.
Take it easy, friend.
Yeah.
I think I found something.
You did. Yeah, you.
Pretty sure I found something over here.
You find a portion of their
Portion.
manifest log.
Well,
Find a portion of the captain.
a portion of the captain.
So you find a portion of the manifest log. It's essentially, if you had the log, like the book, and if you open it up, and if you slashed it diagonally,
Oh.
you find one of those.
Okay.
But it has the fall of James. It has dates.
So it has the name.
within
of
the
ship
last
and
several
dates.
months. It's recent.
Ooh.
It's a recent log.
Okay,
It's
cool.
incomplete, but it has some proof that this is the fall of James. Here's some cargo. Here are the ports that they've visited, that they've registered at. That kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stash that away.
It's a decent start.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep looking. Obviously, I'm gonna see if there's anything else that could indicate that this is the ship.
I'm just going to check for secret compartments, maybe checking cabinets.
That's actually
and
probably a good thing for me
false,
to be doing.
Nice.
false drawers and.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe looking for something like that.
Yeah, your 25 will still apply. Monte, go ahead and make an investigation or perception check.
That will be a 20.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, between the two of you, you're able to find hidden drawers that had been ransacked. You're able to find hidden compartments beneath the floorboards that have not been found yet. You find a very small treasury chest. It's
Treasure.
locked, but the two of you are able to find the key.
Oh, I was gonna say I can get into it.
Oh, actually, you don't find the key. Go and make a thieves' tools check.
Ah, you're gonna break your thieves' tools now. Watch.
Is that
I'll
that's
use
not
my
sleight of
glove.
hand, is it?
Are you proficient in sleight of hand?
I mean, I'm proficient with these
I
tools.
am +4. So
Yeah. But are you also proficient in sleight of hand?
Proficient? No.
Okay, no worries. So yeah.
So just my
Yeah. So sleight of hand plus proficiency bonus.
got it. So sleight of hand.
And then what were you saying, Mona?
I'm,
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty decent at sleight of hand.
Nice.
We're gonna say dirty 20.
Okay.
If I added my proficiency bonus to it, it would be 23, but I don't think.
Yeah, since you're proficient with it, for sure.
Got it. Well,
So-
I mean, with the tools, not
Yeah.
sleight of hand.
Yeah, sorry, with the tools, yeah.
Got it.
So yeah, plenty more than enough. And then Mata, you're keeping an eye out, still hearing the creaks and the groans of the ship. Occasionally you hear like the fins of the sharks outside like slapping the water, like trying to get a body.
They don't keep like drawn.
Yeah. Kentra, you open up the chest, and inside is a collection of. You find a singular bottle of incredibly fine wine.
Ooh.
That right off the bat, you can tell that it probably has some sort of magic enchantment with it.
Okay. That's
It always does.
That's going in my inventory.
It's a good.
Yeah. You also find the equivalent of
Speaking of.
90 platinum pieces, or
Oh.
900 gold.
Or how much gold?
900.
I'm gonna say 90 platinum.
Yeah, 90 platinum. You find
9.
precious gems.
9?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what you're going to tell everybody.
He said 90.
No, you're going to tell everybody. I only
there
got
was just
9.
9 gold.
Yeah. You guys
Just found
also
these copper
find
pieces.
you guys also find gems and fine jewelry
Nice.
that in total, like inside this chest, adds up to be an additional 20 platinum.
Jeez, this is a wealthy.
So yeah, you guys found a chest of at least 100 or 1,100 gold plus enchanted wine.
Nice. I'm definitely taking the wine. He's still looking around. I pocket that thing.
Okay, all right.
Hell yes. Right.
Yeah, and then aside from that, you guys also do find another secret compartment. While Ketro is doing his thing with the wine and shoving it away, Mata, you're able to notice that one of the planks on the wall that is meant for decorative framing is kind of slightly popped out a little bit. You go over and just with one of your claws just pry it open, just pop it out, and you see a small collection of letters that have been kind of wrapped together in a like a wine-soaked twine.
Pull them out and start examining them.
You pull them out and start examining them. Very easily enough, it's written in common. You see immediately that these are signed by Tabitha Sarovish.
Perfect.
They're addressed to names that you certainly do not recognize. They're names that feel very foreign. They're not names of anyone that would be from the Armorian Sea whatsoever. They're letters from her talking about Britannian naval intelligence. One of them you see is like a letter that she received back, and on that letter that she had received has a wax seal and stamp on it that you don't recognize. The one that was sent back to her is also written in a language that you don't understand. But aside from that, just quick look through these old letters. They talk about Britannian naval intelligence. They talk about her agreements with the Tyrannic Covenant and the Republic of Firenze. This is evidence of confirming that she was a spy.
Well, I'm going to lean over to Mata and just say, with all of these hidden compartments, there's bound to be somebody here on board. Somebody still has to be here. I refuse to think they would leave all this behind.
Okay. I'm right there with you. There's
But
a lot
find
more
where
than
they could be
usual.
hiding still.
We'll continue to check the room, double check the room a second time, just to see if there's something we might have overlooked.
Yeah.
But then from there, then we'll
yeah, you guys give the room a quick look over a second time. The only thing different that you do find is a severed human foot with the shoe halfway off.
See? Portion of the captain.
Hey, they're still here.
So, but aside from that, in the letters that you're reading, Mata, Tabitha does write that she does say, I don't have much time. I'm evading the Britannian Navy as much as possible after receiving an official summons to Frontenac to meet with the head of the naval office as well as the office of His Majesty.
How do you spell Frontenac?
Frontenac.
A-C?
Correct. Frontenac, the
And is
capital of Britannia. So, whoever she was writing this to, she said that she doesn't have much time. That it's been considerably harder for her to evade naval authorities, especially since she has very recently received an official summons to go to Frontenac, the capital of Britannia, and meet with the office of the Britannian Navy, as well as the office of His Majesty. So, you guys leave the captain's quarters on your way back to the longboat, taking a look around. There's nothing here. This is a cargo ship. You know, a lot of the food that they had has been, broken out, trying to dump into the sea to spoil it. You guys do find several days of rations worth of food that is at least valuable. You find a good storage of water, which would be very helpful as well, so you guys snag that.
And then whatever weapons we find as well.
Yeah, weapons as well.
Is it
When you
all
guys-
gonna be? Is it all gonna fit on the boat? Okay, or are we gonna make trips back?
Now you guys can fit in the longboat. Yeah, good question. When you guys are getting ready to leave, there's a bunch of rigging netting that has since been collapsed with one of the masts, and one of the masts is like hanging over the backside of the ship. Entangled up in the netting, you see a body, a female human.
Human-looking human.
Let me go up there.
Yeah, I'm
You go up there, and you're essentially gonna have to like go along this tipped-over mast to reach where she is at the netting. But
Mhm.
you being a monk and very light on your feet and agile, you
Very acrobatic.
go and make an acrobatics check for me.
That would be 21.
Excellent. Yeah. Easy enough. You scale along this tipped-over mast with just the dark water beneath you, and you reach the netting, the rigging that essentially flung itself around the mast, trapping this human woman inside. She's unconscious, but she's alive.
That might be who we're looking
Okay.
for.
I pull out my dagger and I just start cutting a slit in the knitting
Yeah.
and put it away and essentially pull her out, and I guess I'd sling her over my shoulder.
Make sure your hands are tied.
And,
Yeah, unconscious but breathing. She sustained some injuries, but nothing life-threatening. So you retrieve this individual that you trust to be hopefully who you're looking for.
yeah.
But aside from that, any other bodies you found are either currently being eaten by sharks, have been crushed by parts of the ships collapsing on them, or completely just slashed and torn, blown asunder by whatever happened.
Oh, it was violent, that's for sure.
It was incredibly violent. But with all of that in hand, you guys get to the longboat. There's nothing left to investigate for the Fall of James. You guys have cleared it out. On the way back to the Silent Tide, of all of the weapons that you guys were able to retrieve, I would say if you were to sell those at the next port you go to, they would probably value, I would say, another. Let's see. Hold on. I would say another 35 planet pieces worth. So, decent haul. So, but you guys make it back to the Silent Tide, able to hoist all of the goods you've retrieved onto the deck, pull up the longboat, and now you're all reunited again.
I'll hand the letters off to our captain and have her review them, and hopefully this is the woman we were looking for.
Do you want to tie
She's
it up in
still
the
alive?
grave, or do you want, or not tied up in the grave?
She's alive?
Unconscious, yes.
Holy. Alright. Take her to the doctor first. It gets worse than the brig, but.
Yes.
You
I'll
know,
take her down because I'm also interested in what the doctor will do, just
Okay.
to kind of learn from him.
Sure. Yeah, you guys go with Dr. Rictus, the Aarakocra, down essentially to the surgeon's quarters. It's nicer on here on this ship than it was on the Ark Horizon, so there's that. The first thing you guys hear from Dr. Rictus when you walk into this new surgeon's quarters is just, it's far too clean in here.
Oh my.
So, but oh, that's better. But yeah, you guys set down this this human woman. She looks a bit, she looks tired and weathered, haggard. Certainly injured, absolutely. Perhaps in her late 40s, early 50s. You can tell at one point she had fairly fiery ginger hair that has since started to go gray and white and silver. Very rectangular features from her face. The doctor pulls out his surgeon's bag, his surgeon's kit, starts looking through some items and just, we'll need to sew that up immediately. Pulls out a suture kit for some of the slash wounds that she has. So, yeah, while you guys are treating this human woman, let's see. Actually, real quick, Mata and Captain Rune, I would like you guys to both make a history check for me, since you were the ones who had seen the wax seal on those letters.
12.
21. Plus
Gotcha.
6 on history.
Yeah, 12. Fortunately, don't recognize it. Rune, you do recognize this seal. This is a seal from one of the main royal families of the Kingdom of Requiem, which is on a different continent. Same continent as Firenze and the Tyrrhenian Covenant and the Kingdom of Virga.
Alrighty. I'm gonna quickly read these while they're getting her sewed up.
Yeah, the one written from the Kingdom of Requiem. What languages are you proficient
Ooh, but that's a good question. Celestial and Common. So.
with? Yeah, unfortunately, you don't recognize what language this is.
Hmm.
But the other ones are written in Common. Essentially confirming that yes, she is indeed a spy.
Nice. I'll wait for her to wake up.
Okay.
Questions.
Yeah, it might be a few hours. Do you guys remain where you are with the fall of James, or do you set sail?
I would rather set sail. What do you guys think?
It's probably a good idea. Just in case anybody else gets curious.
Time to go.
Did they tell us where we're supposed to take?
Yeah.
The
Head
Isle of
to
Effingham.
yeah, the Isle of Effingham, which is
Northwest.
yeah, up
Right.
to you,
Where our,
navigator.
Where our ship was headed, our last one.
Yep, that's a long, long old journey.
Well, Better get cracking.
I'll start
Yeah,
navigating
it
first
is
if you don't mind.
it is a
person.
very long journey.
It'll be like a month.
About a month, yeah.
Damn.
Have those two start getting the space and the brig ready for that trick, will you?
Sounds good. I will go and have them prepare the brig.
Okay. So, brig is prepared. You guys can hit various ports on the way back if you so choose. Sell some things, buy some things.
I figured we'd probably hit Danash and then follow that trade route.
Sure.
So we're down here, probably hit Danash, then follow the trade route over to Effingham.
Yeah, head up north past Isla de Muerte.
Yeah.
Just north of us.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so it'll be about a month.
Where the hell's Effingham?
With the Isle of Effingham is in the middle of the Icarian Sea.
It's
on
it's
this
actually
top.
pretty close to the
Oh,
Isla de
way
Muerte.
the hell up there.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
middle.
small.
There you go.
Yeah, very small.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
So, with Tabitha,
So we do know it's Tabitha.
correct. Yeah. When she does wake up, you guys are able to essentially start asking her whatever questions you would like.
Interrogation time, baby.
I think that's the cat.
Stab. No.
Do you want me to tell you what questions I asked, or fan this? What would you prefer?
Yeah, we got our PF for
Alrighty. Anyone who wants to come watch this is welcome, or ask
I will.
questions.
I'll be the muscle.
I wanna walk in.
Muscle.
I'll
Just sit there looking fierce.
I'll be there.
I'd like to know where she's from, first of all. Oh yeah, where are you from, lady? Wait, is she? She's awake now and cognizant?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll say that she is. So she finally comes to with treatment from Mata and the surgeon, Dr. Rickles. You guys have her in the brig, either in chains or not, totally up to you.
It'd probably be best if she's in chains because she can't hopefully get out of the chains.
I don't know which ability she has yet.
Yeah, no, I don't.
So she's wearing very ragged Britannian Navy uniform.
Do I know this chick at all?
Go ahead and make a history check.
16 plus. Six is 22.
I'd say yeah. Yeah.
Who is she? Have I run into her before? Just heard her name.
Yeah. Now that you're looking at her and you're starting to, hear her speak, some memories are coming back to you. This is Tabitha Sarvish. She's certainly not Britannian, but she, is, or at least was, in the Britannian Navy for quite some time. So she is a very skilled, adept navigator. Well, I have to thank you all for saving me. Or at least I assume that's what you did, since I'm not dead. And I'm not at the shipwreck. And you certainly weren't the one to kill everyone.
Well, you're certainly welcome.
Lucky that we were in the area.
Who were you sailing under? Who's your captain?
Captain Montgomery.
Don't know him. So,
I assume that no one else made it.
not that we
We
found.
didn't find anyone else alive.
Well, where are we headed now?
We'll get to that in a minute. I have some questions for you, if you
Sure.
don't mind.
I'll answer your questions, and whatever port we reach next, you can just drop me off and we'll call it a day.
We'll drop you off somewhere for sure. Don't worry about it.
It's quite an eclectic crew you have here.
Yeah, you know. The rest of them got killed by Britannian peeps, so
Oh, that's a shame. She looks at me.
yeah.
My apologies for you losing.
Nah, no worries.
Why were you the one that killed them?
No, it's just a common courtesy to say it.
Sure.
What I'm mostly curious about is these letters that we obtained. There's a lot of them,
Some pretty damning evidence.
and a lot of different countries. Kind of impressive, actually.
So what you want some of the money? You want a cut? That's more than fine. All of those crowns have plenty that they're willing to offer anyone who's happy to give up legitimate information.
How long have you been given information on the Britannian naval?
Well, I assume that none of you are actually with the Britannian Navy, since they don't employ anyone who's not a traditional humanoid.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Isn't that who gave us our charter?
I didn't like it anyways.
Dr. Rictus and Percy were incredible exceptions.
Okay. How many?
It's not a plot hole.
Yeah, who we're sailing under is there?
Yeah.
Who are we selling? Who are we selling under? On
Privateering?
yes.
The Britannian Navy, is it?
So that's what, like,
But I mean, she
Plot
never saw.
paperwork. says otherwise.
Well, privateering and buccaneers are not actual navy.
We're better than
We
them.
never said we were.
We're better.
How many letters, kind of back and
Absolutely.
forth, could I see? Like, is there a series that maybe she sent to like the Tyrannic Covenant and received a reply? Like, how many responses back and forth there were?
The back and forth correspondence is very limited. It's really more the volume of different crowns that she's had correspondence with, and not multiple from one, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, she and the crowns involved like to keep their correspondence very light and very limited. But really, the shocking thing is how many different crowns that she's speaking with.
I would, to be honest, we're employed by the Britannian Navy to find that ship you were on, specifically you. Sounds like they've maybe caught your scent a little bit. We were promised a full pardon on behalf of our pirating crimes if we turn you in. I'm not necessarily sure any of us are sorry about our pirating crimes.
I don't know if I would have shared that. Unless it doesn't matter.
No one really
All
cares
we really
about
have,
being
all we
private,
really
is
have
there
to
not?
bring is her head. So whatever.
Well, she's a spy.
Well, I don't think we necessarily care if she can offer something better, like our ship.
Yeah, do you honestly believe that the Britannians are going to genuinely give you an actual pardon?
Nope.
yes.
Yeah, no.
You
Yes.
believe?
Oh, well, okay, well, you don't believe, rightly so, but you do, and you
Mhm.
do but don't, and I don't know about the two of you.
Well, if he does, I do. He's usually right.
Just smiling.
What do I know each other very well, do we?
A year.
Yeah,
As
we've
long
been
as
together.
you've been
We've
on-
been sailing about a year.
No, maybe I
Yeah.
still don't understand the nuances that you.
He'll say some just random left field shit. And you're like,
Yep. Yeah, I have no idea.
yeah.
So I don't know if you're bluffing or not. All right.
Okay, well, sure. Put your faith in a foreign crown that wants nothing to do with any of you except to eradicate you and anyone that's not like them from the sea, so go ahead. You can get an actual pardon. Did you read the fine print? That's what they're usually really good at.
I'm not necessarily interested in having a pardon. Britannia's only a small fraction of the ships around here. I'm more interested in our ship that was taken from us, the Ark Horizon. If you have connections with a bunch of different people, maybe you could help us track it down.
Wouldn't be hard enough, would you lose it?
How long has it been?
We've been sailing
A month, 3 weeks, a month.
ish.
It's in the employment, I suppose, of the Britannian Navy. I have no problem taking it back by force. We just need to know where it is.
We last saw it at Port Dorvis, and I believe they took it northwest from there.
Well, the sea's a big place. It could have gone anywhere. Although it could be something you could find if you had the right person and the right contacts. Not just this. Yeah, I can help.
There we go. We're just pirates. There's no need to talk fancy.
Disinclined to acquiesce your request.
We be me. My other question is, we heard some interesting rumors that Tor, about you guys finding something interesting. I won't pry too much
I will.
into it. I know you, but later. I want to
See
know if
smiling.
your accidental run-in with that bullshit is out there because of that which you may or may not have found. Or are you just notoriously unlucky?
Maybe just notoriously unlucky.
Inside check.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Maybe we can turn that around.
14.
14. She's keeping her cards close to her chest.
Okay, well,
So
whatever you may or may not have been carrying definitely wasn't on that ship still. So it may or may not be in the hands of whatever the hell drives that ship. What is it called again?
Dread.
Sea turtles.
That one. The Dread.
It's cool enough.
Not.
Dread's cool enough.
Dread. Yeah. That one.
You've seen it.
yeah, you used to always think it was just a ghost story until it actually showed up.
Stories aren't so fun anymore.
We were on our way to make a voyage across the Tavis, but prematurely stopped.
Where'd you go before that? Where'd you set sail from?
New Overlook.
Where's that? No, I look at you. Where's that at?
Just west of here.
So we ran into them We've been traveling a week and we ran into them. How far west is it?
Almost as far west as Port Dorvis. So, Port Dorvis, Tor, Nueva Roma, and where we are, make like this little triangle.
Alright, so does that timeline work out that they would have been there?
No, because we got information about them from Tor,
Yeah.
which means we found them. Well, when did they say they left Tor?
A couple days before us, at least.
Okay. Yeah, they could have been going south around the island. Yeah, they would have done that.
Well, why were you headed up to Tethys? It sounds.
No, we were sailing
Fun.
across the Tethys Ocean.
Yeah, why?
Our cargo ship. We run goods back and forth.
It wasn't that we were told that they found.
They just said
It was just
something.
precious cargo, something that they.
In Tor, they were rumoring about some, like something special, magic, artifact sort of thing that they may have run into.
What was the cargo?
I mean, I have half the manifest.
What was the cargo that you were taking?
Crafted goods from Frontenac, Britannian goods.
Bigger question is, who owns those goods that we're now on the hook for?
Good question.
Who else is gonna want your head?
Well, I assume a few parties might be a little upset.
They won't know for months, though, probably.
Unless we
That's right.
turn back around and go
Give them what they're looking for.
that.
I mean, it seems like we could help you out a great deal in getting out of some trouble. But, as you probably put together, we're probably going to need some sort of an exchange for our services.
Okay, what do you want?
You know, I don't know. What do we want, guys? Or should we just make her make it worth it? 'Cause
Information's always good.
information.
We have a ship. We really need our other ship back.
Well, I do like this ship, but the other ship is way faster than this one.
We also need a bigger crew to manage it now that we've lost
Yes.
one more crew.
And we've been living on that other ship for years now. I got a little attached to it, didn't you?
So we're not going to fulfill our job that we got then.
Depends.
Taking this one.
It depends if she can offer us something more valuable than pardon.
It's going to be really valuable.
Yeah, that'd be very funny.
Well, she has friends in high places, as the letters
She's
say.
got a lot of enemies in high places too.
Yeah.
Here's the other question. If we do get a pardon, we're just going to pirate stuff again, probably.
Yeah.
It's just one less group looking for us though.
For
we
a
can at
month.
least sell into their seas.
This is
If
true.
we need to run from somebody else.
Yeah.
They can just put in another report, I guess, probably, if we started doing something again.
What can you give us? Why shouldn't we just turn around and sell back and turn you in?
Well, the thing that I'm after is usually associated with a few other things that might be of great value. And I imagine the bastards who managed to find it from the fall of James would also have some very other interesting and rare things that a lot of crowns would probably just wage wars over. So you could either turn me in for a temporary pardon that will have no impact on your lifestyle really and probably your future. Or we could work together. You could help me reclaim what I'm obligated to provide to those crowns, and anything extra that we happen to find where it is, then it's all yours.
These parties that you say found the objects in question, are you talking about those shit?
I assume that might be one of the reasons why we were attacked.
Well, that adds to it.
So I'll ask the same question I asked before. What were you carrying? That they wanted so badly that ship came after you. Of all areas, all places in this ocean. Why your ship? What did you have? If we're gonna work together, how about just some honesty and lay it out there what we're looking at?
A little persuasion check for you.
Can I give myself guidance?
Sure. Yeah.
Persuasion? How many?
Yes.
Okay. That was my. So that is a 27. That's 19 plus 6 plus 1.
Woo!
26, sorry.
Okay. Tell you what, I will tell you precisely what we have and the context that goes with it if you remove these and open that door. No,
Make a
because I
swim
don't want
for
to be
it.
stuck in a brig for like the next several weeks that we're sailing.
I guess
Well,
that is fair.
We are in need of more able bodies to our crew, if you're interested. Doesn't seem like you align particularly with any moral code nor crown, so if we're working towards the same thing, I have no problem bringing you along. I already have a first mate though, so we're gonna have to do something else.
Not interested.
That's a shame.
I hear the captain's position is open though.
Yeah, for real. At this point,
Well,
So,
a deal's a deal. You undo these shackles and open up that brig, and I give you the answer you're looking
it's your call, Kev. I'll turn to you and kind of motion to go stand at the door. So she tries to make her run. Grab a hold of her ass and slam her back in the ring.
Yeah, I'll open,
Sorry.
I open
do
the
I
door and
know if I've heard of her
start fiddling
before?
with my
If
dagger.
I've run into her before, is she
How close I
magic
was. Just like,
inclined?
remove these.
No.
And almost pulled the sword out and packed both hands on it. I was this close. It was like, you said remove these. Okay. Both hands. There you go. You said remove them.
I'm fine. I'm fine with moving them.
With advantage.
Yes. It's a little turtle.
If you give us the information that
Turtle.
we want, and you intend to have us help you get said item back so it's not on your neck, and we have something to gain from it, that's your call. If you just want to jump information and try to get off this ship, that's fine. We're a good ways out from our destination, and food and water's kind of scarce around here. So, if you want to stay, joining the crew's probably in your best interest, at least for now. You're welcome to leave as soon as we hit another port, but you can't just be freeloading, you know.
We also know that with the what was it called? The fall of James, we know that went down, so she'd be assumed dead. That's true. This is in your favor.
I think
to
what they
remain in our
want.
crew.
I think what they want is those letters as well. Evidence of other crowns meddling. It's a good enough reason to start things. I assume that's why you hit him, or just to save your own neck. Either way.
A bit of both.
Fair enough. Up to you. You're welcome to walk out and maybe we can spare you a longboat. See what happens. Or you can jump. Anyway.
Well, as long as we're out here in the middle of nowhere, I'll do what I can to help.
Who's the key?
I got the key. Somebody unlock these.
Spring movies.
Oh, I don't have the key to the door.
I mean, we're
He's already
halfway
at the
there.
door.
No, I'm standing at the door. It's open. I'm just fiddling with my knife as it's open.
Oh, like the gate to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, well. The Militare Marina of Firenze, the Firenze Navy, the Marine Military, whatever. They had found something very interesting from the Isla de Muerte. There was a key that can access a very particular vault that, for whatever reason, the Forensic Crown was very interested in having. And apparently some of the other Orvitsuren crowns caught wind of what they might have found, so they expressed interest as well. Suddenly, every contact that I had started reaching out saying, oh, we want this key.
Who do you intend on giving it to? Up in the air still?
Up in the air, whoever had the best offer by the time I get there.
Alright. So then you got caught by those, whatever's on that ship. I don't know what to call them, people or something like that.
The
They're
school.
not.
So you got caught and they took that key, I'm assuming, because we didn't find it. Alright, do you have any idea what that vault is or where it is?
I did not search her.
We did not.
No,
I
we were
would
searching all
assume the doctor
bodies.
did. I don't want to get into
Yeah.
that though.
We were searching all the bodies.
Well, I didn't search her. I just threw on my shoulder and
Yeah, the doctor would have
Thought it was
searched.
just
I just thought it was just implied that we were
Probably
searching
got a
all the
bomber in her
bodies.
pocket still. Just like,
The doctor may have searched a
Did
little
you-
too well.
You just see like Malata or Ketra.
this key right here.
Oh, my bad.
So, but yeah, you guys checked her previously and she had nothing. So, the captain kept it with him at all times because he was very proud to, have found such a thing, or at least obtained such a thing from the forensics.
Your captain was in on this whole thing as well.
Oh, sure.
What did your captain look like?
Captain Montgomery? It's a very ugly dwarven man. She describes the body you guys pulled out of the water. Can't speak with them.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, I'll be damned.
We're
Good
aware.
luck there.
we're aware.
He did.
It was kind of helpful.
Well,
So how do we find it? Said
I don't
they do
know.
need to get. How do we find it? Assuming that's that's what you wanted help with, was finding what you're obligated to turn in.
Yeah, I can't say
Sure
I'm.
do.
I can't say I'm much interested in government warring level items. It's a little hard to keep on a ship that
Wow.
doesn't.
The key though, the cool stories that would make.
Okay, but I mean, on this little boat, we're gonna get absolutely fried, like these guys found out.
We'll be fine.
You were the one hiding in your cell earlier.
I was singing. Thank you very much. trying to keep them away from all of you guys is what I was doing.
The acoustics are great in that.
That. I was resonating.
I could tell.
I
Great
mean,
tune, by the way.
I'm fine helping you figure out what you need to do if you want to run, if you want to go find it. Up to you. But if we want to catch up to those pirates, the only chance we have, based on legend, is finding our ship first. Because the Ark Horizon is the only ship that is fast enough to keep up with that other one.
Where's it going to be headed?
That's where she comes in.
Where's that?
What, the Dread Skull or the Ark Horizon?
The Dread Skull has the key. Where's it headed?
It's a fucking skull of a ship that's crewed by the damned and is cursed. I don't know where they're going.
But you had the key. You said the key goes to a vault. Where's the vault?
I don't know where the vault is.
I'm sure some of your contacts do, though. And it'd
I'm
probably
sure
be
they do.
it'd probably be within their best interest to let us know where it goes.
Oh.
Retrieve
Yeah,
it.
back in.
Back in the doghouse.
Back in the dungeon.
If we can find the Ark Horizon, we might stand a chance of getting in, taking what we need, and getting out without getting caught. But that ship is too fast for this one. We wouldn't stand a chance of firefight either.
Which direction did the Dread Skull sail off in as we watched it?
I'd say it would have sailed probably just due west.
Cool, so anyway.
Yep. That's right.
Southeast. True.
Cursed ship goes where it wants.
That's the beauty of a cursed ship.
That's right.
Heading to the Ila. Well, Cab, where are we off to?
I think
Well,
we have a pretty good plan in order.
I think we're in dire need of some supplies.
We'll stop at the nearest port that's safer for us, potentially.
Which one?
If you wouldn't mind reaching out and seeing where the Ark Horizon might be, we go snag our ship, we take our ship, use your contacts to figure out an approximate destination of the Dread,
Figure out where that key
that guy, and we go grab your key and wash our hands of the whole
stories
thing.
and the songs we can sing at the end of that. This is gonna be great.
He does this a lot, it's kind of his thing.
Not like that guy.
Okay, so in addition to whatever we find with the other things when we do find the key, again, all I want is the key.
Oh, if there's stuff to take and you don't want it, then who are we to stop you from giving it to us? Absolutely.
You can can have a cut of it.
So what else are you looking for? What else are you wanting from this?
That ship that you're gonna help us find, he wants a story, so got that there. But you have friends in relatively high places, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
The people who want that key. Maybe a good word in on where we sell it to.
I thought there was one more.
Sorry,
Maybe just put in a good word for us to whoever you sell it to. See if they have any other. It could be a good investment into future endeavors for our crew.
Oh. Buccaneering privateering.
Yeah, pirating's getting a little too dangerous with so many armies in one place. It's a little bit safer to have at least a crown to blame when you do something. Politics is easier to dodge than the court, so.
It's easier to dodge when you're out here.
Well, that works for me. We have an accord. I assume you're the captain.
Yep.
Oh, right, yeah. That's me, for sure.
Well, it's a deal.
Where are we off to?
Nearest port that's safe for us and her.
So that would be
Somewhere where Britannia doesn't run it.
Well, right now we're still working under Britannia.
We are.
Technically.
Kind of, so we're good there. We can go to a Britannian port and maybe have her show her face.
Yeah, if you think you can get a hold of your contacts in the port that's run by them, I guess that's fine too. But if it's better to have something where you have a little more freedom.
We left south from Tortor.
Oh, we were in Tortor.
Yeah, and then went south. So probably our best bets
Is to restock in
is-
Tortor?
I mean, we could go back there, or Danash or
Danash.
Nuova Roma. Danash is pretty north. Nuova Roma is west, same direction that ship went.
Well,
The
who's
Driscoll.
closer?
What direction did our ship go? Our
We went south from Tortor, and then
Our other ship we're after, our ship, we went northwest, right?
yeah,
So towards the island.
Yeah.
Out
and initially
of Fort Roberts, right?
we would have started heading north up to Danash, like after leaving the wreck of the Fall of James.
so Dinesh probably.
The
goes
Nash is
there.
probably better now.
Yeah.
Sounds good. To the Nash.
Cool.
We can make it there.
Oh,
We could restock.
nice to meet you officially. I'm Rune, Captain Rune. This is my first mate.
Ketro.
Everyone, introduce new crewmate.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Tam.
I'm Percy.
Nice to meet you in person.
It's Paris.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
I am not.
Roswell. The Tide Singer.
That is
Takes the
so.
head off.
That's so fitting for you.
And I assume you met the doctor, whether you remember it or not. And a couple more running around here.
Is he the one that? Does he just kind of giggle to himself?
Yep.
All the time.
Hey, Byron.
Doesn't believe in anesthetics. Yeah, that's it.
I do remember that.
Huh?
Unfortunately, you were awake for that.
If you're hungry, the cook should be doing something. It's that way.
I'm starving, actually.
Feel free.
So, it'll be quite some time for you guys to sail over to your next location. So, to Dinesh. In the meantime, while you guys are sailing that way, anything specific you'd like to accomplish on deck?
There's not
Any
really a
conversations you'd like to have, or things like that?
We'll try to befriend Tabitha a little bit. Just
lot. Trying to get her
chill.
more on our side.
Yeah, try to get her to just be like, okay, these guys are just chill. Like they're not.
I want to read the letters that she sent.
They're not
Here
here to
to and
collect
from.
on me.
And me and Percy were gonna try to turn one of the cannons into an arcane cannon.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're probably tinkering with it on the deck.
I'm the Xerox copy machine, so I want to read every one of those papers that you snagged up, so I can photograph it in my head. Once I've seen it, I can recreate it.
Question: were any of
So
those in
I literally want to read every one of those.
No.
They'll come in handy.
Mm-hmm. Any maps, any secret stuff on it. Take some time
yes.
looking at those, at all those
Tabitha,
letters, see if there's
she knows
anything
my
in there.
grandmother. She knows everything about my family.
I've heard about your family, your people. I can't say that I've met any of them in person, but I've seen their handiwork. Very skilled, adept navigators. So, some of the records that they made is how I learned how to navigate. So, mix that in with Requiem and Britannian charting and teaching, and, well, there you
would like to. Once I feel like maybe we're a little bit less pissy towards each other. Maybe try to see what if she knows anything about the people I used to sail under. If she's heard anything about that, where they are, what happened, what's going on. 'Cause I guess I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you share some names, and she's not entirely familiar with most of them. Some of them she's like, oh yeah, like he was killed, or like, oh yeah, that bastard was promoted.
Well, it's like,
So just some details we'll go over later.
here, okay.
Let's see, and then yeah, aside from trying to turn a cannon to an arcane cannon, let's see, Percy and Rune, go ahead and make a tinkering tools check, or like a artificer tools check. I'm not too familiar with
I'm proficient with Tinker's tools.
Perfect,
so-
yeah. Go and roll one of those for me. We'll do a check of 3, or like a series of 3 checks.
Okay. And will this use like a intelligence modifier as well?
Sure, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And then Rune, I want you to go ahead and do tinkering as well, with like firearms and such. And then afterwards, I'll have both of you do an arcane check for Arcana.
So it's Tinker's Tools, just a straight roll plus proficiency, right?
Yes.
Ooh, so good.
That sounds
18.
delicious.
15 plus 3.
Nice.
19.
Excellent. Yeah.
That sounds
Guys are making some
fantastic.
good progress. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me as well.
I have some of those upstairs too.
Nice. We're gonna need to do. Places are fantastic.
18.
It's probably my favorite.
Nice.
Huh?
It's probably
8.
my favorite.
Uh-huh. That's one of my favorites.
Not so nice.
Yep.
But you're making progress.
Nice.
This Arcana check.
Let's see. Both of you go ahead and do another Tinker Tools check.
16.
19.
Okay. Yeah. Second success. Go and do another Arcana check.
10.
Not so great.
22.
Nice.
Better.
Okay. Another success.
Teamwork.
Yeah, this is over the course of weeks, right?
Yeah.
Go and do another Tinker Tools check.
16.
18.
Success, success. Nice. And then the last Arcana check.
Oh boy, here we go.
Natural button.
21. 18 plus 3.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are putting on the finishing touches of this arcane cannon. You've had a couple of test runs that may not have been so great, but you have the last bit ready to go, and it looks great. You guys have taken one of your old iron cannons and essentially retrofitted it with this these arcane glyphs and different components and pieces of artificery that would essentially serve as an arcane cannon.
So are these the ones that I would power, or are these ones that power themselves?
I mean, the cannons can have their own arcane batteries, but you guys don't have any arcane batteries except for you.
Want to test it?
We have been testing it. Didn't you say?
You've been testing it at previous stages, but not this last
Not the
stage.
final stage.
Who's testing it?
That'll be rude.
That cap, you're the greatest captain ever. Just remember that. Give you bardic inspiration.
Thanks, Roswell.
Don't worry, I have healing hands.
So you can add
Thank you.
You can add a D8 for 10 minutes
Heck
to
yeah.
any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay. Do these just work by touching the rune on it and then
Yeah, more or less.
glyph on it? Yeah, I will.
Slap.
I'm not gonna aim at anything
Yeah,
particular.
Slap it on the ass.
I'll just aim for the horizon and see how far it goes.
Tap, tap, tap around.
Yeah. What kind of elemental damage did you guys enchant this to channel?
What would you want?
I'd go with lightning, if anything. Like
Oh, yeah.
thunder, lightning.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
let's
do
do
you
that.
think of Thundercats.
Thundercats.
So,
Half my stuff's based
Right.
around Thunders.
How do I do it?
Speaking of Leon,
Just roll or?
yeah, go and just do.
Little do you know my
Let's go ahead and roll a d20 and then add the Bard's Inspiration.
Uh oh.
Rose.
6.
what?
I rolled terrible.
Wow.
Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah, you fire off this arcane cannon. The
Wait, do I add my proficiency? Did you say that?
this was just a straight.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if I was doing math.
Yeah, you fire off this arcane cannon towards the horizon. Give it a good final test run. The glyphs all light up, essentially like, and then draw back, and nothing happens.
No.
Performance issues.
It happened.
Happens to
It's
the best of us.
I'm a smack it.
And in blast, this volley of lightning and thunder, the cannon
that
rocks
scene.
back and slams into Percy with his natural one.
I started looking down the barrel as you smack it again.
Oh man, I'd like you to roll.
One of his ears goes.
Yeah, let's see. Go and roll 4d6 and another 4d6.
Just dodges.
Oof.
Oh my gosh, I blew his head off.
Yeah, total of 8d6, please.
Yeah.
Oh! Half will be lightning, half will be thunder.
Does anyone have any d6s I can borrow?
You need how many?
I need.
8d6.
I got 4.
There's 4.
As
Okay.
Percy takes a look down the barrel,
Okay.
just like, huh.
5, 6. I
Room
need 2.
slaps it on the ass again.
Put it on your screen.
Alright. Oh dear lord. 1, 2.
Percy, do you have any resistances to thunder?
8.
No.
Okay, good to know.
Shitballs.
16. Oh boy.
We're just gonna kill somebody right here.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, please.
29.
Yikes.
Yowzas.
Just kidding, not disadvantage, just a straight dexterity save.
Just kidding.
Natural 1.
Reroll that.
Oh, thank you. Oh. Deck save?
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Ketra, would you like to explain what happened with, like, what feature you used?
So I used what's called the first mate scabby. So a crewmate within 30 feet of me that I can see, when they roll a natural 1 on a d20, or on an ability check or saving throw, as my reaction, I can let that crew member re-roll the dice. However, they have to use that second re-roll. So what I see is, I see you looking down this barrel. I say, that's not a good idea.
Grab him by the tail.
And I'm going to just grab him by the tail.
Yeah, grab by the tail and you pull, and just as you pull in time, Rune slaps that cannon on the ass, and it swoosh all this arcane energy that had been building up. What did you roll for damage? Rune?
29.
29.
You take half of that in thunder and lightning damage.
14.
Yeah, you have 14.
14.
Yeah, round down.
Where you at, big guy?
As
21.
yeah, as this blast throws you into some of the rigging that, you know, if you had gotten that now, well, you just like the wash clear out to sea. But instead, you get launched into like some of the rigging, and Ketro managed to hold onto your tail enough to sink the ship. Anyway,
Hell, that hurt
And I'm going to look right at you. You learned your lesson?
for today.
I'll look over at the new 2 boys that are. What are their names? Oh my gosh, sorry. I forgot.
They're so hard to remember.
Which one?
Those 2.
Yeah.
Be like,
Cadman and Ekins, yeah.
that is not what you do when you're shooting a cannon. Good job
Aye,
showing
sir.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Percy. You okay?
Yeah,
sure.
I'm fine. Was showing by example.
Yeah, good job. Nice
Yeah.
example.
Mm-hmm.
You just say he's an ass. Nice job.
Thank goodness to that feat.
yeah, Ketro, like you're watching this and you're like, oh, this goes off like he's gonna get flung so far out to sea.
We're never gonna be able to get his body back.
And I would sink so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a nightmare and a half. So, but you guys are successful. You now have one arcane cannon.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
That sometimes has performance issues.
yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
So, before you guys reach Dinesh, anything else you want to do?
Yeah. I teach everybody how to shoot it. It has to be charged up by me for now.
Everybody walks by.
Well, I'll charge it at the beginning of a fight, so use it sparingly. Only have one.
Slap it.
And if it doesn't work,
Slap it on the ass.
just smack it a little bit, and it'll charge up again.
So
So.
kind of like a slave.
Nope. I was thinking more like a faulty TV, but we could go that route too.
That's what I've heard.
Is that what they sing about in the
I
stories?
guess. I don't know. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Well, hopefully we
Never
don't have
have
to
to
experience that, you know?
So, you guys sail past a number of islands, sailing past a few other coasts, stopping here and there just for needed supplies. But you guys do reach the port town of Dinesh. Go ahead and make. If you guys are trying to find information,
Yeah.
I'd like you all to make either persuasion or deception checks for social interaction.
Can I find like any like shady characters
Sure.
that might know Thieves' Camp
Yeah.
in the area?
Yeah, totally.
What am I rolling?
Persuasion or deception.
We're gonna go with deception. I'm gonna say it's a 22.
Ooh,
Nice.
natural 20.
Ooh, nice.
Plus,
I'm so
19.
close to
Should I
natural.
have a feat for the captain? Is that what
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, I was like, oh, I don't
Actually,
have
yeah.
that.
Just go to feats.
Yeah, I'm there. Up.
Manage feats.
Oh, just
Captain's
add it.
tactics.
What do I have to give to everybody today? Help the bastards!
Yeah.
Is that what your feat's called?
Yep.
Yeah, captain's tactics. The
I can use the help action as a bonus action, and it's called help the bastards.
That's
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
good.
Mine's a bonus action.
so yeah, that one is fantastic for as basically anything. You always have a bonus action to use the help action to give someone
Okay.
advantage on basically
Oh, natural
anything
one.
they're doing.
Perfect.
So
Don't
between
worry,
the
I got that
captain,
natural
No, no.
20.
bonus action you can
Is
give
it?
It's for something different. That's good.
advantage to anyone for basically anything. And then the first mate has a reaction to always allow a reroll on a net one.
Only if I'm within 30 feet of you.
Correct. Yeah. And then the captain's tactics help the bastards also has a range.
Yes.
I love
Basically, it's within earshot. So, anyway, yeah, you guys get to Dinesh. What was everyone's charisma rolls for?
19.
Nice. You got a nat 20. Perfect.
6.
Percy.
22.
Nice.
5.
Lovely.
I'm helping.
Ketro and actually, I would roll for 10 for those. Not great, actually. Better. Much better. Yeah, you guys spend at least a day here in Dinesh. But you guys get what you're looking for. Here in Dinesh, most of the buildings are made from like this like clay and shale material that's just like a vibrant blue. Like all of the buildings here are made of just a whole slew of blue tints and blue colors, just from whatever resources they had here to use, just just being colored that way. You guys have never seen a place like this before. It's very, very cool. Lots of blues. But then aside from that, you're able to also learn that the Arc Horizon let's see. Yeah, the Arc Horizon was, still sailing in that northwestern direction you guys had heard before. But you also, over here, get some information that some Britannian officers were attempting to essentially place their wagers to try to purchase the Arc Horizon, or try to strong arm whoever's up the chain or down the chain to grab the Arc Horizon either for their own ship or to be part of the fleet for a Commodore. It's in the Britannian Navy's hands. It's a hot commodity, according to the naval officers. And it's sailing towards the Isle of Effingham, specifically.
Towards where?
Isle of Effingham. Isn't that where we're headed?
It is.
If we want to drop her off,
Let's go. I would have walked around any street market and tried all the little different food carts,
Oh, yeah.
as I do in every single port.
Yeah, some tasty waffles.
Get every little bit of food. Listen to the gossip.
I have a question.
I have an answer. Let's see if they match.
What?
No, I don't know. Just forget I said it.
Well, I was curious because every time we go into a port, he goes around and buys everything,
Mm-hmm.
but he never comes back with anything in his hands. So I'm wondering if he eats it all and has an endless stomach, or if he stashes that in that shell.
It's the same either way.
Yeah, it's the same either way.
He's a walking pantry.
Yeah, you could do it either way.
Well, then he's holding out on all of us. We could just put all of our supplies in him if we ever get raided.
Walking-
No one will ever know.
Just walking shell of bullet.
Like an interdimensional
We
space.
need to enchant you for a shell
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
What are you talking, like an interdimensional space that you can just put
Hey,
an
can I get
infinite
this?
amount
Yeah,
of items
hold on.
in?
Yes.
There you go.
It's a hermit.
Pulls an entire boat out of his head.
Disappears. Boom. Just poop it out.
In there. She's like,
Pull your arm all the way in. But back
Come
out
back
with
out.
that.
Classic
Yeah,
cartoon
yeah,
sounds. You
yeah.
got to hear a drill and a wrench in there, and
Yes.
If he's passed out, we need anything, we just turn him upside down and start shaking.
just everything pours out.
This needs to happen now.
Shell holding.
I think with our next level, maybe 2 levels, I can add the ability to create a bag of holding.
Oh.
Make that happen.
Just shell of holding. Maybe.
We might have to try.
He really
Yeah,
is
but
just
so-
a catch-all. Information, items.
Honest opinion, I think that's what he does.
Are you gonna tell us the answer?
What?
Do you put food inside that shell for later, or do you actually just eat everything as you go?
Yes.
I knew that. Let's go.
Well,
Do you
Always.
feed any of it to the head?
what?
Any of the food, do you feed it to the head?
Pull it out. Open it up and sees it's crisscross sewn shut. So he doesn't eat much.
I could have sworn that kid was talking earlier. How does he talk with his mouth shut?
Even if it could eat, where would it go?
I don't know. Listen, I've seen weirder creatures eat people, and I'm very much sure they didn't have assholes. So,
Touche.
He swears I'm going to put in the head away the eye that's already kind of already sewn shut. One kind of winks at you as I put it back.
did you see that?
See what?
He.
I'm assuming none of us
You
saw.
just see Roswell with a smile as he's walking away. You're walking back to the ship.
I'm gonna get that hit. Well, that sounds terrible.
There it is! I bless that thing.
Why is it always me?
I'm going to get that head.
This stream is for a mature audience.
Yes, in case
Oh
you're-
boy.
And there's the content warning.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Ah, yes, this always is a mature street.
I'm gonna have a conversation with that shrunken.
I think you're just digging yourself a deeper hole there, Captain.
It's cold outside, kid.
Oh,
I
that's
hate
great.
it here.
Oh my god. Just,
Why is it always me?
just the sheer determination in those words. Oh god. The immediate regret. Oh man.
I always have the thought that it's terrible after I say it, and that's the problem.
It's fantastic.
Oh. So,
Too funny.
uh, so you guys embark on the Silent Tide once more, keeping an eye out for any rumors, any stories of the Dread Skull Anathema. What you guys do here in Danash, same that you've heard all the time before. Nothing new. Same thing of, the ship can sail wherever it wants. Like there are no waters that the ship can't easily sail through. Those that if you're not killed, you get taken by the ship. You're never heard from again. Some people they escort you down to the underworld, but not past on to something else. The stories are always different, no matter who you hear from, but the ideas are generally the same. It's mysterious, they don't know where it is, they don't know where it's going, they don't let it catch you, or otherwise it's going to be a very bad time.
Which ship, ours or?
The Dread Skull Anathema.
Yeah.
You hear a couple
Exactly.
a couple of naval officers talking about the Ark Horizon. They're like, "Yeah, it's a great ship. Can't believe it was in a hand of a bunch of idiots."
I can't disagree with them.
Only the captain.
Hey. Oh, you're talking about Alistair. Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy was a... There's a reason we lost that ship, and it was because of him.
He ran and jumped off a cliff while we were watching it.
So you guys sail from Dorvis up along a fairly well-established trade route north of Isla de Muerta, south of the Kingdom of Britannia. Fairly well protected, easy to navigate waters. Occasionally you'll see like another ship out on the horizon, but nothing that gets too close.
We're still flying the colors of Britannia,
Yeah,
I think so.
especially in these waters.
yeah.
Yeah, that's something. Keep an eye on the other ships. Anything we see, we can see what they're flying. Just keep track of who's around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only other ship that gets near enough for you guys to see what flag it's flying through the spyglass would be a ship that is immaculate in design and appearance. It's flying the flag of the Tyrannic Covenant.
They're a long way from home.
There's one thing I know, it's don't mess with them. But for different campaign reasons.
We know that.
Who?
I didn't hear that.
Tier on those ships.
Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't read that. Oh,
Yeah, this is pre-Satul. This is pre-banishment.
So we can totally take them.
She's not immortal yet.
Yeah, it's fine.
That we know of.
Just fine.
I don't
She's
know.
immortal, but she's not a god.
This campaign is about 500-ish years before like Satul Parade.
Not that we know that.
Yeah.
So where are we heading towards?
So you guys head towards the Isle of Effingham. Right about in the very middle of the Icarian Sea, which is incredibly pleasant. You guys have managed to be able to avoid any sort of inclement weather, any sort of storms, but this time of year it's starting to get to be more of the stormy season. So moving forward, it might not be always easy sailing. As you guys approach the Isle of Effingham, the first thing that catches your attention would be the gently sloping cliff face that juts up from sort of the middle of the island, almost like a crescent moon shape of an island, more or less, where perhaps some long dormant volcano has these gently sloping, incredibly green, verdant hills, lush with vegetation that reach up into the sky. The second thing that gets your attention would be the vast harbor that this isle has. It's practically almost a city of docks and ships. This place is, yeah, it's an incredibly wealthy island. You guys have heard of this place before. Maybe you've been here once or twice in the past. It is the largest trade hub, probably in the entire Tethys Ocean, the Armoranian Sea, and the Icarian Sea. All trade routes either go to Remule or they go to the Isle of Effingham. The Isle of Effingham, a lot of the ships here fly various flags of whatever, monarchies or kingdoms they're affiliated with. A lot of them are private companies. The vast majority of the private company ships all have the flag and the insignia of the Effingham Trading Company. This place is massive. It is complex. There are docks that you could easily get lost through, and a whole number of ships of very curious make, design, build, height, width, color, everything you could imagine. There are ships here that you guys have never seen before. Types of ships that you had no idea, oh, I didn't know you could build a ship that way. There are plenty of homes and buildings and establishments on the isle itself, as it's practically a crescent moon cove of all of these docks that form essentially a pseudo city on the outside, and then it steeply slopes up into the island itself. You see all these buildings, these roads, these pathways, plenty of gardens, orchards, trees, parks. And atop the hill, at the very top of the hill of the Isle of Effingham, you see a lavish, pompous, arrogant estate. You guys are able to dock easily.
See our ship. Yes. We see our other ship anywhere in the harbor.
It would be looking for a needle among 10 haystacks. But if it's going to be anywhere, it's probably going to be here. So it only costs a gold piece to dock
How big of
the
a
silent tide.
How large of a city? If we were to split up, go different directions along the docks looking for our ship, how long would it take us to cover the dockyards? If we all just kind of spidered out.
Dockyards, you guys all spidered out. I'd say probably take you guys a solid 6 hours.
Oof.
Option.
There's an option.
What was the point of us going here in the first place? So
But if we find it,
Sorry,
He's
what are we
gonna
looking
take
for
it?
again?
We have 5-6 hours to kill. If we find it, we can all meet back here at the ship in 5-6 hours. See if anybody's found it. Then we make a plan from there. Or our new friend
girl
here
is still
could
with us,
ask.
right?
Does she have contacts that might be able to tell us where it
Tabitha?
is?
What do you propose? Do you have any input on this?
Well, we tried
Yes.
to find your ship.
No places that you recommend looking first or people to ask?
All of it.
Alright, everybody meet up here in 6 hours. There'll be like a grace period of about an hour if you're still missing and we found the ship. Just make sure you get back.
Yeah. You already saw what happened to Captain Alistair.
Yeah, we all know what happens.
So, you guys all scatter. All will go your separate individual directions. I need everyone to make a perception check.
Really good roll.
Not me.
God, me fantastic.
Okay.
We're never finding this.
Perception.
Perception? That's not bad.
It's a dirty 20.
Nice, nice.
18.
That's a
Nice.
10.
21.
Nice.
8.
So, you guys spend a good solid 6 hours
Mm-hmm.
by yourself exploring the Isle of Effingham, specifically just the dockyards.
Sampling many food vendors along the way.
Absolutely.
I'm listening to all the gossip.
There are also a surprisingly large number of establishments that are like permanent businesses here, or even taverns or inns that are made from ships that have just been built into or around the docks that they're at.
What's the name of the ship?
Arc Horizon.
Any sort of traded or tradable good that you can imagine is here in the Isle of Effingham. You find something that's like, oh, I had no idea they would actually sell that here, or like, I had no idea that was even a thing. Incredibly overpriced. Maybe an hour later, you find another merchant, exact same thing, way underpriced. It's a whole hodgepodge. It's a chaos economy here. And strangely enough, in the chaos economy of the Isle of Effingham, it's very prosperous and it works. You guys find clothes, armor, weapons, potions, magic items, brothels, taverns, restaurants.
Oswald's all
there-
for all this.
yeah. There are people selling taxidermy animals.
Stories that I get.
There are people selling like little, miniature ships in a bottle that they're like,
I find
they're
this-
like, okay, all right, look at there, little children mateys.
I find this
If
stuff
you
weasel.
cast the right spell, then the ship within the bottle will grow to the real
You
size.
should. Yes.
Just trying to sell little knickknacks to the rich kids of the travelers.
Any taxidermy items, I'm looking for a stuffed weasel.
You don't find any weasel, but you do find a ferret.
The ferret I will take.
All right. Yeah, taxidermy ferret. We'll say
Close
is 3 copper pieces.
Done. Absolutely. Put it in. I'll put it in the bag next to my other friend.
Yeah.
With just the head of the ferret sticking out.
Perfect.
Like-
Perfect. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys
That came
find people that are selling
Absolutely.
plants, people that are selling animals, people are selling creatures. Some of you, all of you, or maybe one of you stumbles into essentially a black market area where they're catch your stuff. Oh yeah, with your thieves' can. You find yourself in like a black market area where they're selling, contraband items, dangerous items, things that were obviously stolen.
Slaves.
Yeah, they sell people. They sell slaves, humanoids. They have
And we could use some
monstrosities and.
Buy a few crew members. Ouch.
Yeah, there's one trader who is practically like a what's it called? Not a water genasi, but like a sea trader. This like sea humanoid. They're typically a bit more notorious for like not doing well with like surface dwellers whatsoever, but he's here selling slaves, selling merfolk. He also has claims of, oh yeah, we have a juvenile aboleth that we're trying to sell off right now. Obviously too dangerous to have here in the shop.
Oh, obviously.
So, but it's not too far beneath the waves for those that are interested in purchasing a juvenile aboleth.
As tempting as that is, that's not what I'm in the market for. I'm actually in the market for some information. If you can give me any.
All right, what information you looking for?
Can we find where
We're looking for a ship.
You looking for a ship?
One
All
ship
right.
in particular. I'm
Okay,
wondering if you've
well-
heard of it, and if it's been here recently.
Sure, well, I'll cut you a deal. I'll tell you everything I know about the ship you're looking for. In return, you spread the word about my juvenile aboleth.
Oh, of course.
I want it gone, but I want a profit.
Right. How much do you need for it?
Well, whoever's interested, send them my way, and I'll work out the price with them.
That's fair.
Now, tell me about this ship you're looking for.
So the ship we're looking for is called the Ark Horizon.
Oh, no shit, the Ark Horizon.
Yeah, is it here?
Oh, well, there's plenty of bids here on the black market for it.
I understand that. It's been that in every port we've been to.
Yeah, it's an incredibly fast ship. I'm surprised that it's on the last I heard, it was in the hands of some bumbling dumbass water genasi that's not even worth his salt water.
You know, and that's what we've heard too. You know what? We're just trying to get back to them because they stole something from us.
Oh, I bet they did. Well, they deserve to lose that ship. But I did hear that the Duke was interested as well.
Ah, the Duke is interested as well.
Oh, yes.
Uh-oh.
So does that mean the ship's here still?
Oh, yes, it is.
Interesting.
The Duke wants, the Duke gets. And that is precisely the reason why none of us are going to make a profit on that ship.
Yep, I understand that. But I'll tell you what. I will spread the word about that aberration.
An aberration, an aboleth.
Juvenile. Aboleth? Okay.
Juvenile.
I will spread that word.
Still within the maturation period that it can be conditioned.
Yeah, I will definitely spread that word in appreciation of that information.
Yeah, please do. And if you're looking for any Kraken parts, I've got plenty to sell.
Oh, Kraken parts. That's quite interesting. There might be somebody we know who would be looking for that.
Oh, well, you know where to send them. Send them my way.
Of course.
Terrence Litriton.
Terrence Litriton. I will keep that in mind, and I will spread that along because you've been so helpful for me today. Terrence Triton?
Yeah, Terrence Litriton.
Terrence Litriton.
But if you find my no good, dirty, rotten, worthless father, don't do business with him.
What's his name?
What's his name so I can avoid him?
Tiberius Litriton.
Got it.
Terrence good. Tiberius not good.
Well, I appreciate your hospitality. Is there anything I can do for you right now? Something that,
Yeah,
I shouldn't have said that.
No, there is something. There is something. If you happen to come across an establishment run by a certain sea elf by the name of Dirty Gil Gerald, then just rough him up.
Dirty what?
Dirty Gil Gerald.
Dirty Gil Gerald.
So if you happen to find an establishment for Dirty Gil Gerald, just rough him up a little bit. For me, for your friend Terrence.
Of course, you've been quite hospitable, and I will definitely, if we run into him, rough him up
Gil
for you.
Gerald.
Maybe take him out to sea if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I like the sound of that. And if you do, I'll give you a couple of Kraken parts for free.
Quite interesting. Dirty Guild?
Gil.
Dirty Gil Gerald.
What Gil's?
He's got dirty gills. Swamp breather.
He's an elf?
Yeah, he's a sea elf.
Well, I appreciate the information. I'll be on my way now, and if we do see this Dirty Gil Gerald, we'll rough him up for you.
All right, please do. Nice to meet you. Your name was.
Ketro. I forgot my name.
His own name.
Ketro.
Ketro.
Ketro. Nice to meet you. Watch out for Tiberius. He's a worthless bastard.
I'll keep that in mind. Gesundheit as well.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I hate this.
What's your name?
Ketro. Yeah, you guys continue to look about.
Wait, did you say stay away from Terrence?
No, Tiberius.
Tiberius.
Okay, I'm like, his name is Terrence.
Tiberius.
Yeah,
Tiberius is his
Tiberius Litriton is his no good father. He's like, don't do business with him.
Yeah.
And then Dirty Gil Gerald is the sea elf that he's like, yeah, destroy his stuff, or beat him up, or both.
Rough.
Yeah, roughly.
Done.
So, and
I will
whoever-
definitely when I find Oswald, I'll let him know about that stuff.
Let's see, what was the highest perception check on all of you?
I had a dirty 20, and then he had a 21.
I had
I
a 10.
21.
It was
Okay.
That was just, yeah, 6,
Yeah, you guys have not seen the Arc Horizon yet, but you have heard plenty that it is here.
Would
Let's see where.
Doc happen to have locate object in his spell list?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
Let's see. View spells. No, he does not.
Okay.
It's a great question. But regardless, the 6 hours is up. You all meet back up. You all share what you've learned, what you've heard.
He's going back to the black market.
And Aberith. And some Kraken parts. Aboleth. Oh my gosh.
Aboleth. Baby Aboleth.
Well, I suppose
A
it's
juvenile Aboleth.
What the heck is an aboleth?
Beats me.
Creature.
He said he
From
wanted to
the
get rid of
depths.
it though.
Sounds lovely.
Mata, you know what an aboleth is. It's a horrible aberration. It's this vile, intelligent entity that definitely does not belong here in this plane of existence.
Okay,
Surrounded by transformative mucus.
that's a no-no.
Right, yeah.
The creature that touches the aboleth or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet is a DC 14 saving throw. If the creature is diseased.
It's a horrible,
They're
horrible
awesome.
creature.
Their legendary actions.
Yeah, dude, they're
The psychic
oh,
drain. Yes, please.
Yeah, they're very cool. Very cool.
They're
amazing.
They're so cool. Yeah. Phantasmal force.
Yeah, you guys are sharing what you've learned with each other. Pretty soon, a Triton is standing on the gangplank to the Silent Tide. There we go. That's the word. That's the name. And it's Terrence Latrite
Oh
with
gosh.
his seaweed hair, calling out to Aketro, Aketro.
He had me followed.
Awesome.
No, Aketro, there you are.
Yes.
Any interest on the juvenile aboleth?
You know,
See a little turtle head poke up from on top over the.
not too many
Yes.
interested parties, but I'll continue to spread the word.
How much? How much were you asking? What are you?
He's just a little spider.
What?
You have something I can kill with?
Little
Yeah,
spitter.
right over that.
He's a little spider.
How much? Silent Tide is what they want.
Why did you have to tell him about the aboleth?
You know, it sounded like a good idea at the time.
How much?
Didn't know what it was.
Just round how much?
230 platinum pieces. Juvenile aboleth.
Is that right?
Yeah, just a
Kapow! Ka-chow!
230 platinum pieces.
Does anybody have 230 platinum?
Well, while your turtle friend is looking for coins, I heard about your Arc Horizon.
Oh, you did? Do tell.
The Britannian Commodore that stole it away from Port Dorvis is currently discussing prices with the Archduke of the state.
Interesting. Did you happen to see where it is docked?
I didn't do that.
I
Just have you heard about it then? Just where?
don't have it.
Are you?
Are you intending to
gold.
steal?
500 gold.
Maybe not the ship
So
itself.
36
I mean,
platinum.
if you want to steal it, go ahead. But steal from the Archduke. Steal. If you're going to steal from the Archduke, you're stealing from the Earth itself.
Well, I never said we were going to steal the ship.
Well, good, because that'd be a terrible idea.
Just what they stole from us is what we would be taking back.
That's a good point. I didn't see where it was, but I'll keep an eye out.
I appreciate it.
If one were to say, have more interest in said Abilene,
Oh my
where are you keeping this beast that we may be able to take a peek at to check the veracity of your claim?
Oh, well, that's a great question. If any parties that might be interested, just please visit with Aketro. He can bring you to my establishment.
I'm not going to correct him.
He can bring you to my establishment in the Underdark district.
Amazing. I would love to see said Abilene. That's something
It's quite a hideous beaut.
that they are.
What, you want to go
It's got-
now?
How
It's
old?
got- it has I believe it has an excessive mucus condition. Some people like it.
That's fine. It happens.
So I'm sorry. What was your question? I got so distracted by
How
all
old?
the bits and bobbles. How old? So well, as far as I'm able to tell, it's at least I would say 60 cycles.
It's a young one. Where's its parental unit? That may come looking for said child.
I don't know about any progenitors, but we have a juvenile aboleth.
Could come in handy.
You could
Just
come in
saying.
handy.
Have the money.
We might.
No, Ketro, especially if you have an iron flask. Oh, that'd be very curious. Keep an eye out for an iron flask. You
Oh,
might be
yes,
interested.
And definitely keep an eye out for Dirty Gil Gerald.
What a fucking person.
Will that decrease the amount for the?
Yeah.
Yeah, would that help
We'll
us out
take
on
care
the
of
price?
him.
Do we get a discount on it if we take care of Dirty Gil Gerald?
If you bring me Dirty Gil Gerald to the Underdark district, I'll give you a discount on the juvenile aboleth. And just because I like the idea of the iron flask, I'll tell you where to find one. Here at the Isle of Effingham.
Do you want to get the iron flask and we'll take care of Dirty Gil Gerald?
It's an iron flask. What?
That sounds like.
I'm lost with the iron
I don't
flask.
even know what an
No
iron
one even
flask
knows what
is.
it is.
It
Like,
sounds like Ketro's problem.
Ah, Ketro.
Ketro.
Find us an iron flask.
So, our catcher knows where to find me in the Underdark district.
I'm gonna and wink at him.
He tries to wink with both eyes. He doesn't understand the gesture.
Just for kicks and giggles, I don't have to do it either. I just blink.
Did anybody else of us see Tiberius while we were out and about by chance?
No.
Rune's
So-
in the back just leaning over the railing like, oh my god. This is never gonna work.
So,
Okay.
Terrence Latrine takes his leave. He's giving you guys a couple of pointers.
Give us any idea where to
So
find
hear me out.
Dirty Gil Gerald?
We go find this Dirty Gil
No,
Gerald.
maybe if we can get the discount, but if we find our ship that we want, that beautiful mucousy membrane of an aboleth that he has, we could say sick him, and he could be a major distraction for us to get our ship the hell out of here.
I like where you're going with
See? Plans.
Is it big enough to actually cause a problem? I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many
Even a
ships.
baby. They're impressive.
It's not the size that counts.
It's how it uses it.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot of gold, but
Tabitha's good for it, right, Tabitha?
This is such a stupid plan.
It's about
But
all
it
we
could
got.
get us our ship.
And it could get us closer to
Do you
your
have a
key.
better idea?
Do you know how big an aboleth is?
It's a baby though.
Do you know how big a baby aboleth is?
Big enough to scare the hell out of everybody and get us attention away from the ship we want.
I don't think so. I don't know how big a baby aboleth is.
I don't even know what an aboleth is.
They're just, they're really nasty.
That's why
They
I
have
wanted-
like 3 eyes.
That's
but
why I
they're
wanted
stacked
to.
on top of
That's why I wanted to get eyes on this.
Why
thing
are we
so
whispering?
kinda
We're on
know.
our own ship.
Oh, right.
We'll think about it. We're just spitballing here.
It's the best plan we've got so far.
Also,
Right.
who knows how big of a discount Dirty Gill is?
Do we know who?
I mean, you sounded like you
Whatever your
really-
name is.
What if we
Hey,
stick that?
Achu.
I catch him.
He didn't say where he was, did he? He just said that if
What
we
if
just run
we
into
stick
him,
it on
right?
the Duke?
Dirty Gil Gerald?
Yeah.
Whoever to get us
Yeah, he
our
was
ship
just
out
like,
here.
if you see him, beat him.
Let that
We
thing
can
go
get
in
the
middle of
document
dock.
from the
So-
Duke,
Terrence does.
because you can
apparently,
photocopy it,
from what you gathered, Terrence
And get
does
it
and
in
we
paper.
can show purchase
Dirty Gil
as
Gerald
us
is,
as the
but that he does
purchasers.
have an establishment here in the island.
We could forge it.
Mm.
Either way.
Before he would have left, I would have just had
We already
him,
got it
like,
figured
send
out.
word, but, like, but
Let the
keep
Duke
it
buy
on the
it.
DL.
And
Then
then
we'll
we'll-
get to
we
help
go.
us find
Yeah.
him.
Sure,
We
yeah,
buy
yeah,
it.
yeah,
We
easy
say
enough.
we're the Duke.
Yes. But we switched the name of the Duke to our name.
On the purchase.
Yes.
So it's ours.
Okay, we figured it out.
Okay.
We're gonna forge the bill of sale to the Duke.
But
If
we're
I can
gonna
get
s-
my eyes on it, I can forge it to be Captain Rune's ship that was sold to instead of
And we're
the
gonna
Duke.
stick the aboleth on the Duke.
If legend is correct,
Such a good plan.
Yeah, we'll just say we couldn't control it.
Got away from us. We're here to save you from an aboleth. Give us that ship in return. I'll just tell the aboleth to go away. See, I could even do that. We'll sick it on him, but then I can secretly control it until it just stops.
Good show.
And then after we save the whole port here from the aboleth, we can demand a payment of a ship in return. Thanks,
and a
Duke.
crew. And a crew.
it
Yes.
would need to be one hell of an aboleth for the Effingham Trading Company to have an issue.
You don't know that.
We could play long game. We can stay here, keep an eye on the ship, let the aboleth grow full size in a few years, and then do it.
What?
Hey, we're spitballing.
So I
Why
heard
are you
it's
shooting down the plane?
A little bit, yeah.
juvenile at 60.
Yeah.
So like, how many years till it grows up?
We don't know.
Maybe another 60 or something.
Maybe.
Can we use it to summon a bigger one?
Maybe.
I can just imagine this in 6 years. Is it ready yet?
I just want to see this thing, see how big it is. Then we can really have an idea of what we're messing with here.
I say we take that guy down, Dirty Gil Gerald
Go
down
find
to
Dirty Gil.
Terrence, yep.
See what kind of discount we can get.
Well, I've already put out some feelers, so.
Way to go, at you.
I catch him.
Gesundheit. I'll catch her. I can't believe I forgot my own name.
What is your name? Yep.
What is my name?
You know what is a name?
It's a little Tariq leaking through.
Yeah.
So we never figured out where the ship is.
No, we don't even know.
Only that it's being bid on.
If there
We
is
know
the,
that the Duke is bidding on it, and what the Duke wants, he typically gets.
What's the
Well-
dude, the one that lives up in the
This
Yes.
should be
yeah.
travesty that's up there on the mountain?
From what I got, yeah.
Who knows the
Can you
Duke?
write documents for the house saying it's in our name?
I could try and forge whatever.
I mean, the ship was stolen.
Not technically.
It was
No, it was stolen.
impounded. Impounded is
Impounded.
probably the correct term.
Forfeited.
It was state taxed.
On driver arrest.
Yep. Well,
If we get those pardons, that means that they could never have impounded our ship. We'd get our ship back. Maybe.
Does it work that way?
By the time we get the pardons, they could have already sold the ship.
Yeah, we'd have to go. We'd have to
We
figure out.
need to get it before the bill of sale. We need to figure out who's selling said ship.
Well, it's somebody who took it from the dock where we were at. It's got to be a Britannian general of some kind.
So how do we find that person? Or here we are. We find that person. We tell them we know where Tabitha is. Maybe that gets us closer to our ship. Not gonna turn in yet.
Maybe.
If
There's
we play our
no-
cards right,
Yes.
we can get out on top.
We like to fish. You're just gonna be bait.
We-
And
we-
then we throw the aboleth apple.
out of the
Come
back
on.
pocket.
Yes.
Aboleth, go.
Out of my shell holding.
Aboleth, I choose
We
you.
put an aboleth in the shell of holding. It's like a cannon. You just bend over.
I would just cast my
That would be
hunger of
terrifying.
power,
Mhm.
and out comes an aboleth with it too.
Yeah. Oh, it was so
So,
Could
what's
even
the plan?
just start
Yeah.
with news that we found
So
the
we'll get
wreck
30 guild.
of
guild.
the fallen
And blame it
journal.
on the aboleth.
So it sounds like we were getting the apple.
Yes.
So we need to find Dirty Gil Gerald.
Maybe if push comes to shove and we get caught,
Then we let
we
the
can
aboleth
offer.
go.
An upper. Maybe we could offer to use said ship to retrieve the key, since it seems that everyone's after it. It might hold more weight than the ship. So, using that information as a last resort, hold that in our back pocket in case of emergency.
What's the plan, Cap?
We have to locate the ship before we can figure out what plan's best. Does the Duke have a private dock anywhere where he keeps his ships? Or is there an Effingham trading company official dock? If he wants to buy it, it's somewhere that he knows.
Yeah. It's safe to say that it's safe to assume that there isn't.
So we gotta locate that.
We locate the cellar. If we can get to the cellar,
If it's Britannian
we can get to the
Navy,
documents.
Well, I would know where the Britannian Navy docks all their ships. Which
Good
section
start.
of the dock that is.
let's head that way.
Okay. You guys head towards where the Britannian Navy would be docking their ships. Let's see.
Come across Dirty Gil.
On the way,
We'll just keep an eye out
He
for
just
anyone
happened to walk in front of us.
we see a guy with
And
dirty
he happened to
gills.
say his name at the same time he walked in front
He's
of
got it
us.
tattooed on his arm.
I am dirty Gil.
That's it tattooed on his arm so he doesn't forget his name. Yeah, that's what Ketro should do.
Ketchup.
Dirty Gil Gerald.
I'm Dirty Gil Gerald. I'm Dirty Dan.
I'm dirty Dan.
I'm Dirty Dan.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. Okay, I need everyone to go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
Oh, jeez, that was funny.
Perception.
11.
8.
16.
13.
13.
Nice. Let's see. Who had the highest?
16.
16. Nice. Percy, yeah, you lead them over to where the Britannian docks are. You guys would be able to get a better vantage point if you go like up onto the island itself. So I would say you guys would probably spare like an hour of, leaving the dock district, getting up onto the island itself and having like a better vantage point of like looking down at the docks more. And you're able to see where all of the Effingham Trading Company boats are docked out. There are so many there that from this distance you can't tell individually if the Ark Horizon is there, but you know the direction to go to find the Ark Horizon.
Wait, was it the Britannian Navy or the trading company that had the Ark Horizon?
You assume it's probably going to be one or the other. Rune was saying that it's probably going to be the Effingham Trading Company dock. So, just additional security for the Archduke. So, but you guys could either start searching the Britannian docks or the Effingham Trading Company docks. Your choice.
I mean, we could split up.
I'd say it's probably more likely
Hit both
the-
places.
at the docks with the Britannian naval ships,
Mm-hmm.
seeing as that's who has it. Then it would be anywhere else. Plus, it's probably more secure there.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys make your way through the Britannian docks. Everyone, go ahead and roll either. Let's see. There will be a couple of different choices. You can do either perception, investigation, or persuasion or deception. So you can either do a charisma check for more social approach or perception investigation.
I'm definitely doing perception.
19.
19. Nice.
11.
11. Oh, poor Roswald.
Dirty
9.
20.
Dirty 20? 9. Yeah, Roswald and Ketcho, yeah. You two were just busy thinking about where do we find Dirty Gilgerald? Like keep an eye out for Dirty Gilgerald, right?
The slime from those things.
I'll take your word for it.
We could take that and just throw it in their soup. Make every one of them sick and diseased. Then we'd have people puking on each other. It'd be fantastic.
Oswald, you have a very twisted mind. Has anybody ever told you that?
So, yes.
It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, think of the distraction that would cause. Yeah. And then moms puking on kids. Kids puking on dads.
It's a family guy.
You know, at the same time, I
What
can't
the
say
fuck?
I don't.
Yeah,
It's like
What the
freaking
fuck?
Goonies, dude. And he's Chunk telling him about all the these fools. And then they were puking on him, and then the dad started puking on the kid.
That was terrible.
It was awful. They had Moses on the school play.
I love the
They took my
Goonies.
Goose toucan glued on my face.
Right there.
You could put it in the cafeteria at the Britannian
That's
Navy.
what I'm saying. See? In the soup. Then you have the whole Navy pooping and puking everywhere.
And then we sail off into the sunset.
Yeah, who's
Well, they're
gonna
too
change
busy.
you guys?
They're too
the
busy puking.
Apraxian Navy.
They're too busy puking, and we walk in and grab our ship and say, "See ya."
I was gone for 5 minutes.
And that's assuming they
And
didn't
this
know
is
it was us that
like-
did it.
Right?
It's better than the Aberrant.
No, that's where the aboleth comes. That's the source of the
I mean,
goo to
using
make
it
them
as, like-
sick. Yes. Telling you that aboleth.
We
It's
did
too
really
good to
bad on our
pass up.
investigation checks. That's why.
Ah,
We're still scheming.
So me and Percy had pretty good.
oh, do I need to
Perception.
roll?
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, perception, investigation, deception, or persuasion.
Whichever.
Oh, but it's not gonna matter. That's a 2.
See, you're
Rune's on board with it.
See?
Yeah.
Hear me
She's
out
sucking
here,
with you.
Captain. Hear me out, Captain.
I guess aboleth soup might as well be our best option.
We could have the whole garrison puking and pooping on each other.
Yeah, instead of
Just saying.
gabagool, you could call it abagoo.
Yeah.
Isn't there only one? Where do they get the water for this place?
The cisterns. Oh, put it in the cistern.
Oh no!
Yeah, where do they?
I've heard stories of
Poison the entire
throwing
island.
like dead bodies in there.
Oh.
That's messed up.
That's a
Heard
little
that
cruel,
before.
I
It
think.
is.
That's terrible.
I've heard those stories before.
I don't think anyone.
And you guys know for a campaign that's all about pirates in a pirate setting, that if you guys were to do something stupid like that, it would actually turn out really funny.
I kind of like this idea.
That's terrible, but we should do it anyway.
We
We put
need
it
to get
in
at
the
least to
water.
the aboleth. We can get some of the, so like
We
you
need to
said,
find
some of
Dirty
the
Gil Gerald.
discharge that he was.
The mucus.
His-
Let's just
his
put the whole
mucus issues.
aboleth in there.
See how big it is. Yes. I see. Captain's coming around.
That's an idea.
Well,
That's the captain I'm talking about.
because then they'll have to go in and fix the problem.
Yeah. And it
while
makes
they're doing
everybody
that,
sick and puking and
we
everything.
grab the ship and go.
Right? See?
Well,
So,
first
we
we
need to
need
find
to
the ship.
stash our own water.
First,
We have it on our
first we
ship.
need to find Dirty Gil Gerald.
We'll be able to hit another port. We have
Can't
some
do anything
water on
without
the ship.
finding
We need to
Dirty
find
Gil.
our. We need to find the ship. Number one, our ship. Who's selling it, when, and where. Then we find Dirty Gil. Then we get the aboleth.
We
Then we
poison
put it
the
in the
water.
water. And then we wait for the.
Somebody's poisoned the water hole.
As soon as we hear the, it's time to go.
Yeah.
We just leave
See?
that.
Sounds like a plan. Let's
I'm
do
sure
it.
that the entire island getting deathly ill is something that the
Guess
Duke
who we
would have
guess
to
who we
go.
can blame that on?
The Duke.
Tiberius.
Terrence is dead.
Terrence is dead.
Yes.
See? Then we take care of 2 birds with 1 stone before Terrence think of the discount he'll give us for that one.
Or 2 rats with 1 aboleth. Or aboleth.
It's almost like 3.
We'll get
Because
them
we get
all.
Dirty Gil, and we poison.
He's
the
right.
water.
3.
And then if all else fails, we can just turn in Tabitha and take the heart either way.
Mm-hmm.
If we get caught, we'll say, hey, well, we're just here to turn her in. Win-win.
I much prefer the plan that was not the one you just.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were here.
No.
I thought you were still on the ship. My bad. I was just joking. Friend.
Your people skills never cease to amaze me. Rob.
You don't know if I'm being serious or not.
Just that freaking cheeky smile.
I take everything you say at face value at this point because I never know.
I like it.
Okay.
Now we have to do this.
See?
Okay, Dirty Gil, here we come.
Where's the ship?
I swear to God, of the 8 years that I've been doing this DM shit, this is probably my most favorite plan any players have ever come up with. I gotta say.
You throw an
This-
aboleth in the
kudos
story and
to
I
you
like
guys.
it. What?
Well, what?
Kudos
Yes.
to you guys.
We're gonna win.
Let's find the ship.
So, courtesy of your 2 feline compatriots, your crewmates, Percy and Mata, between you 2, you're able to, keep an eye out. Everyone else is just like, oh, like, what do we do with like the aboleth? Like, you 2 are keeping an eye out. You're, listening to people. You're looking around, and by God, there it is. The fucking Arc Horizon. Finally, after months, after a month and a half of being away from the Arc Horizon, of it being taken from you guys, you had no idea where it is. Here it is. It's finally here. Your ship, and it's even more beautiful than you remember. All of the vibrant oranges and browns and like even teal blues that make up like the design and appearance of this grand vessel. It is it's breathtaking. It's even better than what you remember. It's fast. It's an incredibly fast ship. The craftsmanship is unparalleled. It makes perfect sense why the Archduke is so interested in a ship like the Arc Horizon. There's, it's secured here at the dock. There's actually a surprisingly large number of, essentially, like, not naval officers, but just naval, naval crew members that, are standing around the Arc Horizon, like they're just talking. Like some of them are like doing trade with merchants that have come by. There are the gangplanks going up to the Arc Horizon. There are voices everywhere. You could easily just walk around. Not up the gangplank, of course, but you could just walk right along the dock and no one would bat an eye. So there are plenty of Britannian soldiers that are talking to, armed, basically armed guards for the Effingham Trading Company, or at least of the Isle of Effingham. But here it is.
Okay. So now that we found it, there's check one. Now to find Dirty Gil.
Let's make sure we note all of like how it's tied up,
Sure.
what to, how to get it out of there fast.
How many people are on board?
Yeah. Everyone go ahead and make perception or investigation checks for me.
Please, I need a good roll here.
Okay. Well, I'm using my feet.
Nice.
18.
Okay.
16.
Nice.
What is it?
Perception or investigation.
19.
Nice.
Natural 20.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Between the lot of you, and especially Captain Brim, you guys have a very good idea of how it is secured and how best to unsecure it and to re-steal the ship that was stolen from you.
Yeah.
On the deck. And like there are plenty of people like talking and like walking around doing business, people shouting like, fresh, the hell, look out! And people like throwing fish at like the fish markets and whacking people in the head. But along the gangplank, up on the dock, or excuse me, on the deck of the Ark Horizon, you hear some voices, some very particular, unique voices. You hear a very distinguished woman saying, "Well, this is an incredible vessel. I would be more than pleased to have this perhaps be my flagship." And another voice just, some people agreeing, some people disagreeing. One person said, yeah, chap. And one's like, well, not so quite. The Archduke would like to have a say as well. Of course, with all due respect to the Britannian crown.
You know, I just realized, how did Alistair even get this ship in the first place?
No idea.
It's one of life's great mysteries.
Good question. I haven't done.
I'm sure he's fine.
You guys also hear, so there's that one who's like, oh, well, I think this would be a fantastic flagship to serve from my fleet, and I would be more than pleased and more than honored to be at the helm of this fine, beautiful vessel. Yes, quite. I completely agree. I think this would be truly a great prize for the Britannian crown. Don't you think? You could even take His Majesty out and about for a stroll amongst the seas.
Stick face.
Bartholomew?
Yeah, Bartholomew.
And think of it, Admiral. Could you imagine sailing this gorgeous vessel up the Frontenac River to the capital?
Billingsley. Frontenac.
Say again.
Captain Billingsley.
Mr. Billingsley of Frontenac.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
So, couldn't you imagine how lovely it would be to see this beautiful vessel right outside the castle? The king would be so ecstatic. I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid we won't be able to part with this ship, even for the Archduke. I hope you understand. Bartholomew, fetch me my tea.
That's our end. We'll start a war between the Duke and Mr. Billingsley. We blame the aboleth on Billingsley.
Who was getting in league with
Yes.
Terrence? Not Terrence.
He's already telling people you can't part with it if the Duke
That's
says
where
you
they
have
bought,
to.
they bought the aboleth from Tiberius.
Yes!
We throw them all under the bus. Under the aboleth.
The voices are approaching you guys. They're getting ready to exit the ship, come down the gangplank.
So we're
You
standing
see-
just outside the ship itself right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You see Mr. Billingsley clad in his several layers of silky purple velvet material and this pompous powdered wig that matches his expression exquisitely, just exactly as you would imagine.
I will cast disguise self on myself to make me look like one of the other guards that we saw earlier.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So he doesn't recognize me standing there.
Yeah, he's accompanied by a very handsome elven man named Bartholomew, of course. Who else could it be?
AKA Dirty Gil.
And I'll walk a little bit away, just
Dirty Gil.
like I'm
Watch it be
patrolling.
Gil.
No, alias.
They're accompanied by a very well accomplished, lively looking half elven woman that is obviously very highly decorated among the Britannian Navy. Those who are familiar with the Britannian naval offices, you would notice that this woman is an admiral, in command of her own fleet of several dozens of ships. And then accompanying them is one of the consorts for the Archduke. And then from behind you guys, essentially just parting people out of the way, approaching a very handsome, charismatic, tan-skinned human man with this wavy brown hair and a pencil-thin, wiry mustache,
Oh no!
and this massive
Flashbacks.
white grin and a very prominent, handsome butt chin.
Very
and-
handsome, smooth, weird.
Scooby-Doo.
That came out really bad.
Scooby-Doo.
With blues and tans of very, very fine clothing, walking up with all the confidence in the world because he owns the isle, he owns the docks, and soon he's gonna own this ship. Archduke Ferdinand Varick, walking along the dock, basically just between all of you up to this ship that he wants, looking Mr. Billingsley in the eye as he's approaching and just saying, yeah, well, hey, what do you think? It's a great ship and it's now my ship. Wouldn't you agree? I think so. Swami, tell them it's my ship. And he has this whole entourage of people that are probably from Taidiku or Oyashima or Masyaf that are just like following this long ass entourage of like 20 people just, yes, this is obviously the Duke's. I've foreseen it. I've seen it with my divination. Yeah, you see, he saw with his divination. Now, this is my ship. Now, if you would please get off my ship. Hi, how are you all today? And that is where we will end the session.
Well, we found the ship. Oh man, I
He's-
forgot
he's-
Ferdinand Varick.
Or
He
we blow up.
stands next to Captain Rune and just, now, couldn't you see? Isn't just amazing. It's the greatest ship I've ever seen. It's absolutely incredible. It's mine, by the way. Don't let these pompous Britannians tell you what's different, all right? See, I have witnesses. This is my ship. Thank you very much. Thanks for bringing it to me.
Said that to who? To you?
To do or to ruin.
Wow.
So, and with that, welcome to the Isle of Effingham. You guys
Can I
are
pickpocket
hatching
everything?
some atrocious plot. I'm extremely excited to see where it goes.
I really hope we can do this.
Can I pickpocket the Duke while he's...
And that's where we'll end the session. So there we go. Et voila. Avast, mateys.
What could go wrong with that? Come on now.
I really hope it works.
I have so many
If not,
ideas.
it is gonna
I
be
have
so
so
worth it
many
to see
ideas.
Paul's emotion.
See, you have the plan.
Yeah.
Get the amulet.
You know, it's really.
Place it in the water system.
You know, it's actually really
Tiberius.
funny.
Language on Tiberius.
And Billingsley. Get our ship, sail away while everybody pukes.
You know, it's really funny.
It's the plan.
Red and I were at a
It's in
game
book
store the
manual.
other day.
It's in.
Oh yeah.
Red and I were at a game store the other day, and they had like just like those tiny little aboleth minis the Wizards of the Coast makes. And I looked at her and I was like, man, I've always wanted to use an aboleth in a campaign, but like I just never had the chance. And now I actually do. Juvenile, of course, but still.
I really hope we can do it.
I finally get to use one for something.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
So, anyway, thanks everyone for joining in tonight.
Thanks for
Thanks,
tuning in.
thanks for setting sail with us for our second session of AVAST, Chapter 2, Isle of Effingham. Here we are. Here you are. We're all here at the Isle of Effingham.
Back.
We're gonna see what the heck is gonna happen next.
We're gonna mess some stuff up.
You're gonna get everyone to shits and toilets.
Yes, yes, we are. And it's gonna be great.
I can't wait.
Level 6, I can create a bag of holding.
So we said we could level up, right?
No!
See? That's how it is every time. Can we level up? Oh. We
No!
haven't done anything yet.
We
Let's
have.
go
We
let's go to the
traveled.
ship.
We
Traveled a lot.
It's been like 2 months.
Made fond
It's true.
memories.
Yeah, we bonded as a team.
No.
It's the friends we made along the way.
It's the topic. Alright.
Oh, man.
Thanks everybody. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Now I really hope this works out.